Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Phil's Recap and Review. House of the Dragon, Season 1, Episode 9, Foot Fetish. No, what was this title called? The Green Council. And wow, what an episode of House of the Dragon. I am here to talk all about it. Get all up in it. And I'm not alone. Of course, I have with me the best, the beautiful, the live motherfrickin' chat. We got so many folks already in the chat talking about this episode. It's great. We got Miss Duncan the Tall. We got Daryl Galt. We got JC Wilder. We've got Mark Houston, who's loving the process. I am excited to be here tonight. As I mentioned last week, I might be a slightly shorter show than usual, but we're still going to break this down, recap this thing, and go all through it. But really, like, the reason why I'm starting on this dude's face is because it's all about this guy. I just got to start right here.
It's a hot tower rant tonight. It's a hot tower rant tonight. Fuck Otto. Fuck Otto. Fuck Otto. Fuck Otto. It's a hot tower rant tonight. It's a hot tower rant tonight. Fuck Otto. Fuck Otto.
Fuck Otto.
Fuck Otto.
Fuck. Like this was Otto's best episode of the season, if you want to say it like that. But wow, what an episode for Otto. He was at his all-time plottiest, but Alicent outmaneuvered him. I wasn't sure exactly what the differences between their agendas were necessarily. I mean, obviously it has to do with what's going to happen to Rhaenyra. But ultimately, they both wanted the same thing, so Otto eventually relented to her. And in one of the most creepy moments, in a season of creepy moments with Otto, and there's been a bunch. I'm sorry if my volume is weird. It's telling me I'm too loud. People let me know if I'm feedbacking at all, or my voice is breaking up, or if the audio is weird in any way. But they were really leading it up. Yes, hey, I'm dancing to that Fuck Otto song. Oh my goodness. Otto Lowtower playing the game like a champ. Rhaenys is my spirit animal. Rhaenys popped out of there. Out before, no spoilers. I'm getting fed back. I'm definitely getting fed back something. I don't know what it is. Out before the spoilers, there are no goodbyes. Like, get the creepy Otto stuff off the screen. I don't want to look at Otto, damn it. Stop it. No one wants to look at Otto. Welcome back, everybody. Here we go. The ending was epic. Crazy dragon powers. You look exactly, Jackie C. Thank you so much. In a season of creepy Otto moments, he turned to her and he's like, yeah, you look like your mother in certain lights. After the whole dressing up, wear your mother's dress in the night. There was a lot of creepiness going on, and Otto continues to amp up the creepiness for me, and it worked. It fucking worked. The last day was so fucking gangster. Oh, we got Apulia, one of our channel members. And I saw Scout Teeny, the real Teeny, and also new channel member Antoine Thomas. May God bless Team Black. Victory next week. Next week's looking intense from the preview for next week. We'll talk about that. We'll break that down a little bit. Oh yes. You know what was keeping me? Why I took some time? Because I needed this with me for some reason tonight. This thing right here. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me why I have it, but I needed it. That's what I needed. Hey, Phil. 1998 Champions. What a fucking motherfucking episode. What an episode. This was a fun one. I still think I like episode 8 a little bit better, but this was an intense episode that really had, the first half, it had that very claustrophobic feel, into the whole thing felt like walls were coming in on you while you were watching it. You're watching a slow motion crash kind of thing. And it was all leading up to, obviously, a very exciting kind of action movie with the dragon breaking through and getting in Alicent's face. I mean, Rhaenys probably could have ended the whole thing right there. She probably, but I don't think it's in her nature to Dracarys someone in that fashion, in that way. But she did kill a whole lot of people busting up through there. That's some Superman versus Zod level death going on there. Let's get into the live chat here. We got LCH Jeremy. Could that have been Cannibal Damon that was singing High Valerian in the trailer? Ooh, the trailer looks really interesting. Julia, I think Larys still wins the creepiness award this episode. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Let me look at this foot and go like this for some strange reason. Oh my goodness. Yes, he was definitely a creepy creeperson in this particular episode, but we knew he was creepy creeperson. What was interesting about that scene is how Alicent was leaning into it and then like flexing the toes at different times when she needed to, undressing it to a certain extent, turning her back, being like, "Oh my goodness, what am I doing?" But letting him do his thing there to get information. But yeah, oh my goodness. Red Lipstick Club. We got Anna in the live chat. So much going on in this episode. Oh my goodness. Antoine, martial law was just declared. Entire crown lands after attack. Jackie C, they made it too obvious that Larys has a small dick. Melissa, oh my god, best episode of the season. Bloody Talkers. So he has a club foot. That means he has a foot fetish. It's a weird decision, but interesting decision. And I'm curious about this in book context too. Is this for complete book readers that know back and forth Fire and Blood? Please let me know. Is this a thing? Is this foot fetish thing a book thing, or did they create this for the show? Because either way, I think it's funny and I like it. It's good. It was done well too, in a very believable kind of way. I don't know. I'm here for it. But again, this episode was all about this asshole. Because it's all about the high note. I need to make a shorter version of this so I could just click it and just go. I mean, I was just all night singing that to myself, watching Otto, and just the way no one's leaving this room without singing the blues. Like, he's shutting the door. No one's leaving the room. You're not leaving unless you declare who you're for in this moment. Oh my goodness. It was just a very fun kind of action-packed episode. Some of the musical choices, I'm going to talk about the song that kept going, the continuous theme that was throughout this episode. Very well done, classic. Guy, I'm not going to destroy your name, but I know who you are, so we're gonna leave it at that. We're cool. But it did remind me, and I don't mean this in a bad way whatsoever, but the music itself reminded me of Westworldy a little bit. It was really cool. My downstairs neighbor says, well, ew, jerking off to feet. That was unexpected. And then I could hear them cheer as Rhaenys broke through at the end. We also got The Walking David. Gonna catch this episode on time this week. There's a beast under the boards. Oh, we got The Walking David, and thank you to Walking David in the live motherfucking chat. Oh my goodness. Ramen Duwande. Maybe I destroyed it. I mean, I know his name. But there's certain people's names that I know I'm going to kill, so I'd rather just say, I know the guy. You know the guy. He's great. He's been an excellent composer for pretty much every series he's worked on. Underrated one that, I mean, obviously the big ones that everyone knows him from, but an underrated one is Prison Break. I don't know if it was his first one, but it was the first show of his. And while I was watching, especially the first season of Prison Break, the music, it's really carrying the action forward. And this is an episode, the way it was used was very much in like in the Cersei episode where she blows everything up. Like the way the music came in, I thought was used very effective. The use of silence was also very effective in this episode and added to the intensity in the darkness and the the fucked upness of what was going on in that situation when especially at the moment when Cole slammed Goofy Berry's head into the friggin' the ball and killed him right there. The intensity just ramped up. I'm glad someone finally got in Crispy's face after he kills again. And I thought this was another great episode for Aemon. For whatever reason, I think I misinterpreted the scene the first time I watched it. I thought when Aemon was wrestling with him, I thought he was considering killing Aegon. But he definitely was looking like, I wish you'd just disappear so I could become king. I'd do much better things with it. Yeah, first season of Prison Break was really good. I would even argue into parts of the second season because Mahone, whatever that character's name, played by William Fincher, whatever his name is, I think he was a great character, but it just got ridiculously silly the more they got into the company. But the music was always really good, and that was the first music I heard by him. And obviously, Game of Thrones, Vikings theme, and now this and other stuff he's done as well. It's another character. It's what he adds to the scene, what he adds to the vibe. Let me open this up. And by the way, sorry, more auto. If you guys want to share your thoughts, you can call on in at 781-990-8509. 781-990-8509. I got to be on an airplane in like 4 or 5 hours or something like that. So I'm excited to talk about this episode, and then I'm going to listen to Fire and Blood audiobook on my flight. Here we go. Crispin has I have diplomatic immunity. What do they say in Lethal Weapon? It's been revoked. I mean, he needs that shit revoked, Igor. Crispy is very sexually frustrated. You saw it a lot in this episode, Carla. And the way he's just dealing with the whole situation, his conversation with Aemon, and the way he's looking at Alicent in different situations. I wonder how he would feel about Clubfoot doing the 5-knuckle tug fest to feet fun when it comes to his queen. She's my queen. Crispy gets a promotion every time he slays somebody. It's true. No one fucks with him. Aegon the Wanker's first of his name, Aemon Targaryen, is amazing. We get the wonderful Lola in the live chat. No, not the bells, but winter is coming when it blew up. Yes, absolutely. Sonic, Crispy gets a promotion. Yes, he does. Oh, thank you, Killmonger. Was that Killmonger that said that? Yeah, Killmonger, the rebel. Then we see a whole fighting ring. We see an underage fighting ring where there's like no hold barred. I think I saw, Rip was fighting Tom Tiny Lester. No, we see a whole, and I know they're not all Aegon's bastards, but there seem to be at least a couple of them mixed in. I think we saw one for sure, and then Eric and Eric, and I don't know if I'm correctly, it's Eric and Derek, just so I can clearly dictate them. Now, one of them doesn't like Aegon, and he's like, screw Aegon, and ends up letting his brother, so I'm confused by the twins. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna say which twin is the right twin in this situation, but in the big fight, he lets his brother down, and because he's not gonna fight Crispy for Aegon. He doesn't care. So we'll have to see where that situation ends up going. But the brothers had a little beef, a brother beef. It's the Westeros OnlyFans. Oh, the fighting was awful. It was one of the toughest things that they've seen in this season, and this has been a hard season to watch with kids and stuff. Every single episode has to have at least one creepy moment where we have some child being offered to some 70-year-old, or Otto making some reference that his daughter looks like her mother. Or a child fighting ring of some kind. So I mean, I understand where the show is going. Oh, I think I know why my audio is a little messed up right now. I think let's see if this helps at all. No, that's my input device. Sorry, what? I'm messing around here because I'm noticing something in my audio setup. Okay, let's see if that makes a difference. No, I don't think it does. Whatever. Okay, so let's continue with this live chat. Eric and Eric. Thank you, Jackie C. Now, which one, Eric or Eric, is the one that likes Aegon or is okay with Aegon being king? I'm not sure which one is which in this situation. Kids Fighting Club, dark. I fast forwarded through that damn fight. No, thank you, says Anna. Big mistake by Rhaenys for not finishing off the greens with Melee's fire breath in the Dance of Dragons. Never happens. I was saying that a little bit earlier, but I don't know if it's in her nature to do that. We haven't seen that side of her Targaryen, like to want to burn them all. So it's interesting. I think she was good with the scaring aspect of it, and I thought that ended up working really well. I think Alicent and Aegon, well, Aegon's too drunk. Aegon doesn't give a shit about anything. But I think at least Alicent probably has to clean her clean the poopy in her pants after that. She actually did her duty that time. Boo! Boo! Shut the fuck up, Phil. Boo! Fuck Phil. That joke sucked. Okay, I agree though, Biggie. I think it's a mistake as well. We don't talk about Targaryen bastard fight club. Right now, Crispy's hat was weird. Crispy, John, I will open that up to just say Crispy's weird. Crispy's weird. His whole allegiance, his vibe, his fact that he's still you can see. I mean, yeah, he's moved on to the queen, or not the queen anymore, Alicent, but he's definitely still, even now, more years later, still has a hair across his ass about Rhaenyra. Crispy is a weird one. Aemon Targaryen for king. Aegon sucks. I think Aemon was thinking the same thing as you, Lola. He had his one eye focused on that throat. Jack me off with the super chat donation. Thank you so much, Jack me off. I appreciate that. Dun, dun, dun. When we find you, let me find that damn super chat. It's on the screen. I'm not going to try to say that. I want to raise. Crispy is obsessed with Alicent. My hate for Crispy just keeps growing and growing and growing. I agree. Crispy is not my favorite person. Excuse me. I have to put this on my face somehow. Excuse me for a second as I put this in front of me. If anyone wants to know what this really is, it's part of a stand for a steel pan drum that I don't actually use on the stands. Like you put it, it's one of the feet from the stands. They actually give you literal feet. But I thought it was very appropriate for this evening's festivities, getting the blue feet. Hello. I'm going to start calling him Darth Aemon. He gives me the Vader. F auto. Fine. You super chatted donation. You get to hear it one more time. I mean, seriously. He was... Oh, no. What's going on here? Okay, good job, Craig the Thief, on that one. Okay, let's continue with this crap. Thank you so much for the super chat donations. I want information, Phil. Let me just see your blue foot. Let me see the blue foot. Come on. And for some reason, my Weird Al toy is missing a foot too. What's up with me and feet? Do I just store them in my house like a shady bastard? I mean, we all know I'm a little shady. Oh yes, Walking David makes an excellent point. I can't wait till we get to recap guy to hear about this foot scene. Lord Croesus, sorry if you already talked about it. No. You guys in the live chat have every permission to be as scatterbrained as I. Not that you're scatterbrained, Lord Crow. You're bringing this up at the proper time. I'm just saying I go all over the place. up, down, left, right, BA, select, start, ABBA, 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 00737359963. I'm constantly babbling around, so any question about any part of the episode at any point in time is perfectly acceptably awesome. Let alone when you give me a fucking super chat donation. And I have to stay relatively sober because I have to drive to the airport area or to the shuttle. But I'm taking shots of Coke. So there's nothing that makes me even crazier than I already am other than caffeine. Woo, baby. Bring it on. Sorry if you already talked about it, but was Otto telling Larys he could have Alicent for his loyalty? I don't think that's exactly what he was saying in that moment. I think it was more, he was saying, I know that you have some sort of arrangement with her. Again, I could have interpreted it incorrectly, but I think he was more saying, I know you got some creepy, weird shit going on with my daughter. That's fine. Just whatever. And then Larys, being a smart tactician little thing, turns around and be like, well, whatever I'm doing with your daughter can only work to your advantage. So I think there was some sort of interaction on that part, but I don't think he was implying you can have Alicent for this. I think it was more, keep your business as usual is fine. Just keep doing your thing. But good question. And thank you so much for that super chat donation. I feel like I need to spin my wheels here. Do I have to spin the wheel? Spin the wheel. Where is it? Where's my music to spin the wheel? Do it. No whammies. No whammies. And there we go. Turn off the damn Pressure Lux song, buddy. Okay, here we go. Wait. Well, this is a little. That's enough. It's early enough. Ooh, it's early enough, and I actually know they're awake downstairs because they just watched the episode. That I'll play a little bit of drums. So thank you so much, and it landed on Phil Drum. There we go. Long-term foot relationship. Otto really is the worst. I want to see what's under that eye. RJT, in the preview for the next week, it looks like you might get your wish, and we might see what's under that goddamn eye. Did Alicent take off the stockings proactively to get the info? I think so. I think it was a little quid pro quo thing going on here. He was like, I have information I can tell you. And she's like, is this enough? And then he's like, I need more. I need a little bit more. And she took off the stockings. She's like, okay, fine. And then she turned, flexed them, and pretended not to notice he was enjoying himself enjoying himself as far as he possibly could. Now play it with Big Nate's like, yeah, that was all right, dude. It was okay, but can you play it with that? Can you play it with your feet? I could if I stepped in the other room. Theoretically, I could do some sort of rhythm with my hi-hat and bass drum. But I pretty long time. I'd say 5 times over the last year. Lady in the streets, but freaks with the feets. Episode 10, music confirmed. Ramen is getting a week off. Oh, thank you. I thought she was sleeping with Cole, not having a thing with Clubfoot. She definitely seems to be playing off and using the relationship or using the feelings that Cole has for her. She specifically says at one point, if you loved me or you cared for me, if you're a queen, my queen. Sorry, he's even more so than John. She's my queen. But yeah, Crispy has it bad. Crispy's not I said it about Allison, but Crispy's he's just not smart, and he gets away with so much. They just let him get away with everything. Again, it was almost surprising when his boss finally called him out. It's like, oh, you killed all these people in a public situation. You punched a prince. And now I'm pissed. Now I'm pissed because you crushed the head of poor Beesbury. Frickin' McQueen makes Allison even a bigger hypocrite. So self-righteous, he has whoring for secrets, says Jackie C. Oh man, narration guy's gonna be so good. I did not have him on this week. I need to watch this episode again in slow motion. I missed too much. Too good for Cole, but that strong gets off on that good foot. Yeah, he's doing the smell test. He's like, excuse me. Smells like a foot. I'm sorry for the props. I'm sorry for the props tonight. Peter Griffin, giggity giggity. I thought she was sleeping. No. And yeah, rest in peace, Beesbury Boo. Holy crap, we've got some super. Oh, we do have some super chats, but we've got some super text messages and voicemails. Aegon, it looks like Jack White. Lenor is the dollar store. Oh, Uncle Benjamin, he'll be back in about 6 years. Cuckold is the best word for this episode, says Pete's Live Music. 325 says, how many times do you think Aemon rolled his eye throughout the episode? It's mean. But he seems mean, so fuck him. Fuck him. Fuckity fuck him. Fuck him in his one little crevice in his eye. Let's see what. Rest in peace. And we've got let's see. Let's listen to him. We got the motherfucking Tony Teflon in the live motherfucking chat right now, hanging out with us. Good to see him. He's he put out a midweek tweet about feet. Like a good little foot troll. But he accidentally put somebody. If you're listening to this, Daryl Galt, cousin of Raiders legend Willie Galt, Tony hit that by accident. Please stay with us. Laris is a foot fetish. Aemon talked more tonight than ever. Helena made another prophetic statement. The beast beneath the dragon boards was Rhaenys's dragon. It possibly could be something else. Keep your shoes on in here. Yeah, exactly. Everyone, I just want to make sure you all keep your shoes on. Keep your shoes on tight right now. Let's get into this. Let's see our first voicemail of the night, the Bloody Talker. And I have to say that like I'm from fucking Boston, because I am. And sometimes it fucking comes out, dude. And it's the fucking Bloody Talker, dude. Let's see.
Phil, I don't understand what's going on in this episode, man. It's weird as hell. We just feel like we're wasting a lot of time. Like, why? Like, if I don't get Storm's End in this episode, and then Blood and Cheese in the next episode, Phil, I don't understand. Why is there foot fetish porn going on? What is happening?
Listen. We all need, even in Westeros, there needs to be some Pornhub. There needs to be some Pornhub going on. We need to see what gets this footy guy off. I mean, seriously, Teenage Mutant Ninja Foots. We need it. Oh my goodness. Laris is Al Bundy. He's been working at the foot store too long. People, if you haven't already, make sure you show some love to Tony Teflon in the live chat and subscribe to his channel if you haven't already for whatever reason. Big Nate says, does this mean Viserys has been getting foot cucked throughout the years? It seems that way, Big Nate. It does. This doesn't seem like it was the first time, does it? We're going back to what we were talking about with Aegon's masturbatory activities out the windows and Alicent's reaction to that. Alicent's reaction, again, she's very, very expressive eyes on Olivia Cook. And the actress plays into the character of Alicent. So you can see what she's thinking a freaking mile and a half away. And the look when she turns around and she flexes up the feet, stretches out them toes, wiggles them around a little bit, takes off the stockings to give them a little bit more. This isn't the first time. So yes, this has been going on a while. since maybe the last time that we've seen them talk. I don't know. How does he lead into this? Does he just start, doing it one day when she's wearing an open foot shoe or something? Does he ask first? I mean, we're talking about time jumps and things we miss. I want to see how this relationship started. I mean, we know how it started conversationally, but I want to know that first time. Did he just go for it? Is it like the How I Met Your Mother naked man? You just kind of have to go for it. You're just like, I noticed you got some, you're looking pretty sexy in them sandals there, girl. Does he do like the Mr. T? Like, come on down, Norton, come on down. Like, does he do something like that? Like, how do you bring this up in normal, everyday bribery, quid pro quo? Sorry, I was trying to think of a foot pun with quid pro quo. I can't do it right now, but I want to. Rhaenyra talked all that shit about having women on the Iron Throne that Rhaenys did, but she had a chance to do it right there, and she could have made it happen. We do have Westeros hub. That he's got to figure that out somehow. We've got Bees the Berg, Rhaenys. Well, we already mentioned that. Someone giving Teflon some trouble for Rexy boy and the Vinny Testaverde days. May the toes open to you. This little piggy. You want to know about this little piggy over here? How many times over the last year? So how many times over the last year did he get to footy? They seem very comfortable. I mean, even in the moment where he shows up late at night, she isn't like, "Why are you in my room late at night?" She's like, "It's a little late for this." So I'm getting a feeling that this might be a weekly activity. How many weeks are in the Westerosian calendar? We'll say a couple times a month, or anytime the information is worth it. Yeah, how do they start that, Lola? I mean, just wondering. I mean, I know in regular relationships in modern society how you would bring up fetishes. You bring it up, you discuss things, people are into whatever. You happen to be into the someone wants to try something you're into, not try something you're into. You can get this, but they're not involved. She's the queen. She's married to the king that's still alive through this situation. Yeah, he's one-eyed Willie at this point, or one-eyed lost his Willie. I mean, so you got to think that, he's so drugged up, and Viserys is one-eyed Willie. One-eyed no Willie. We're gonna call it. Let me call him for what he is. God, may the mother rest his soul. One-eyed no Willie. So she's married to him. They have this dynamic. She's also somehow found God, found the seven, found all of that. She's all forgiving and pious, supposedly at this point too. So somewhere within all of that, Loras has able to set up a little, I don't know what you want to call it, a little fair trade for fair service. So I definitely want to know how it started. It's not too much. Jackie C says, this is all subconsciously making me want to wear sandals. I don't think you're going to get any arguments from most of the people in the live chat. I think Aegon's fetishes are weirder, way weirder. We'll get to Aegon in a second. Like, the fact that Aegon is a frequenter of a freaking fight club that would scare Tom Tiny Lester, rest in peace, and Ripper from No Holds Barred kind of fight going on there where they're scratching people. And they met little kids here, and which ultimately becomes what the White Worm was trying to accomplish, to end the children's fighting ring. I don't know if the most horrifying thing in this episode was the children's fighting ring or Masaria's accent. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard because the actress, and I said this before, she's not doing a bad job. Like, she's motivating the emotions that the actress is trying to say, but her voice is betraying her. The accent coach, the dialect coach, or again, I'm not blaming the actress here because someone's not telling her something. I get on Batman. No one can tell Christian Bale because he's fucking Christian Bale. Dude, lay off. It's Batman. Lay off the fucking Batman thing a little bit. You know, go back to what you were doing in Batman Batman Begins. It doesn't work in The Dark Knight. And no, you're doing that again in The Dark Knight Rises? No, don't do that. Please. Whatever you're doing there, stop. Like, I get at that point, you can't really say anything to a star of Christian Bale. And as we've heard the rants he did on Terminator movie that he was in, Salvation was it? When he's screaming at the crew and shit. You know, Christian Bale's a scary motherfucker. Who's not telling her? I'm blaming Ryan Condal on this one. We're giving him a lot of love, okay? Or maybe this is why Miguel Sapochnik left. Because no one would talk to Masari about the accent. I know. I'm on a really great episode. I have to be a little. I have to nip my pick a little bit, but that accent grates on me quickly. It was just such a short scene, but it's so memorable because it was so bad. But such a great episode. Great series, great everything. I'm just not feeling, and again, I like the character. I like the choices that they made with her. I like that there's everything that she did within the episode and getting to see the interactions and all the back and forth in King's Landing. I appreciate all of that. But god damn, dude, directors, showrunners, stop this. Between seasons, can someone fix this? Can we fix this in post, please? And just drop it a little bit. It sounds like it's just not good. I'm sorry, it's not good. Porn sites will report a big increase in foot traffic among House of Dragons fans tonight. I would agree with that assessment 1,000%. Iron Throne. Lady Stoneheart, she did owe him. She did owe him, and you just wonder how much and how often she owes him in those situations. Sandals never get old. Laris got to pull a big, Laris has to have a big pair to pull off that thing right there. Absolutely, exactly. Daryl Galt, there's a toe contract going on in here. I think that's how we should verbalize it. Steve says Allison is so proper until she's alone with folks. Whatever I mean to you, Sir Cole. They're banging. I know we got Sir Teflon in the live chat who made the prediction that Allison and Cole will in fact bang. So I felt like this was a good sign in that direction because if she's allowing the foot fetishy stuff, and she was definitely she was pushing it on Cole here. Cole is a repressed sexual something going on. Oh, thank Daryl got it. I'm glad I scrolled up in the live chat. Quid pro toes. There we go. I want a t-shirt. I'm making a t-shirt. Let me write this down. T-shirt. Loris. Allison. Quid pro toe. There we go. It's happening. It will happen in the off season. Available for you. We're getting that quid pro toe shirt. I did not like the feet thing. It made Laris shallow. I do think in a sense it made him manipulable, where before it seemed like he was the one doing the manipulation. It definitely defanged him a little bit to a certain extent. So I see what you're saying. I thought it was an interesting touch to add just an interesting curl of the toe to the situation, but I 100% get what you're saying there. It changed his motivations in the sense of up until this point, you just think it's more of maybe a quest for power, or he sees Allison as the easiest person to manipulate on his end to get what he wants. And in this episode, it did seem like I tended to think about it more that he's taking advantage of the fringe benefits of it. And I'm assuming that this all started organically in some way. Oh my goodness. We got Shorty Womp Womp, the Jersey princess, who left us a voicemail on the pre-show. And great to see you here in the live chat. The feet fetish, he buys dirty socks on eBay. Dude, if I could find someone that I'd be selling myself, I'd be running daily. I'd be like Forrest Gump. I am running, selling those socks daily. Jesus. I want a Loras in my life. Rhaenys is dumb. She could have gave Rhaenyra a huge advantage. I don't know if she wants to give Rhaenyra a huge advantage, but she could have stopped a lot of damn bloodshed right in that moment just by burning the whole crew of those assholes right there. The toe contract, I like that one too. Jackie C. People trying to get Jackie C to wear sandals right now. Oh my goodness. Let me scroll through here. Great stuff in the live chat. You guys are cracking me up. We got Fandom D Saint in the live chat, able to join us live. Allison is repressed, so she might be into it, but acts like she's not. Quid pro toe is where it goes. Squid pro toe could be something too. Phil, I will be going to the voicemails in a second. She sounds like Sebastian on The Little Mermaid. I'm glad we didn't lose Graham. I was worried about him in this episode. They most certainly banging Larys going to be pissed in a plot. I think there's going to be some sort of conflict between all of them at some point. You got to figure that if Cole knew he was jerking off to her feet, he'd have a problem with that. And if Loras probably knows that Allison has Cole on the hook, but still, if he knew for a fact how much she was maybe indulging Cole and maybe the some of the cut stuff that we didn't get where she's admitting that she was attracted to him too. So, yeah, there we go. It's great to see Fandom D Saint in the live mother frickin' chat. And if you haven't already and you're watching this nonsense, me babbling like a fool with my head chicken foot cut off. I was with my chicken nuts cut off. That's what I was about to say. I was about to say with my chicken nuts cut off, and I don't know what that means. I don't know exactly what that means, and we'll leave it at that. Westeros safe sex. Ew. We got Heath hinted in the live chat. Old Cubby wants some foot cheese. Oh my goodness. The beast beneath the boards. Hooah! And sorry, I'm starting to hear Pacino's face. Ew, her feet were all swollen and stuff. Oh my goodness, gross. Let's go to some voicemails right now and get into this tonight. Let's get to area code 773. 773?
Bill, it's Roja again.
Welcome, buddy.
I just saw the episode, but I got pretty a little late, so I'm sure. Hopefully, you can get to my call when if you're still alive, because you said today was the day you had to do a quick live because you have plans for tomorrow.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get your input on tonight's episode with the human cockfights, Kristen Cole just being Kristen Cole, and that coronation that just I was not ready for that explosion that happened towards the end. I thought that was someone pulling a Cersei again or something. Damn, though. So many things happening, and we only have one more episode.
I know.
One more episode, right?
Yeah, one more episode. And unfortunately, I mean, I talked about a lot of what you mentioned, but to mention it, some of it again, the kid cockfighting stuff was very uncomfortable to watch on a series of uncomfortable things that we've seen this season. That was one of the worst. It was just harsh and horrible. And I thought actually depicted what a place like that would be like and what would be going on in this time period in situations like that. I thought it was intense. It was very intense, and it's even more to show how fucked up Aegon is, that's the kind of place he would go, and that he's leaving his bastards there, and they're dealing with the bastards in different situations. So I think that was done really well and really dark. Coronation, I agree. I kind of saw where they were going to go with the dragon there. It's once they showed Rhaenys smile that they were heading in that situation, but I still thought it was really fun. Even if it was a little action movie in the sense of like all the innocent free folk that that were killed, the small folk, I mean, that were just killed with that dragon busting through. No, she didn't kill Alicent, and no, she didn't kill Aegon or Otto or anybody like that, but she did like murder like quite a few small folk in that moment. But great scene, great episode. I am enjoying. We got a super chat donation. How long would Toothless last against Melees? I give him 5 seconds. Yeah, about 5 fucking seconds. Not long at all. Hey, Studio D. Best dragon scene ever. It really was an awesome scene. Really intense. And I think one of the best uses of dragons that we've had so far on this show, House of the Dragon. So I thought that was a really fun scene and a great way to end the episode. No, we didn't get that horrifying episode 9 moment, but the show's at a slightly different pace. Who knows how this season's going to end? Who knows how the next season's going to begin? Or if this season is just all about the setup, and at the end of the next episode, we're just going to have our two sides getting ready to face off. Although, if you watch the preview for next week, you see that there is going to be some interaction. On House of the Dragon episode left, Phil and Joe will finish. Absolutely. After next week I will be doing the season finale of House of the Dragon. And the following week after that, I will be talking about the final couple of episodes of The Walking Disaster. I mean, The Walking Disappointment. I mean, The Walking Dead. So please stick with me and stick joining with me every Sunday evening at around 10:15 p.m. after the episodes air to talk about it. And it will be the return of my co-host, Joe Dirty Locks, to bitch and moan about these final episodes of The Walking Disaster and giving his thoughts on House of the Dragon. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this out to more people. And as you can see, some people have little special icons next to their names, badges for being channel members, and they can use very special emojis in the live chat. I think we got like Cheech and Chong and my dog and Goofy and a bunch of other stuff. Joe Rants. So make sure you use that stuff if you can, and if you want, jump on in and become a channel member. If you're a channel member, you can get access to my Fuck Otto video that you saw in the preview for this particular episode that I put in there. So make sure you check that out. And I am going to also, slowly but surely, I'm working on an Uncle Fucker for Rhaenyra video too. And so here we go. Let's continue. Joe Dirty Locks will be back on the 30th. October 30th will be the glorious return of Joe. Okay. Oh, it's so awful. Shorty, please join us just to hear us trash on it. We don't say any good things about it. No. It's gonna be a lot of trash, and we're gonna be scooping it. This has to be the worst episode 9 in Game of Thrones history. I would say the season 7 and I get what you're saying, though. I would say the least in the way that it didn't have a big disastrous event that would happen in episode 9. But if you know exactly when the big disastrous events are going to happen, it's not as effective. So I like that they broke away from that. Who knows? It might be episode 3 of next year. We might get some horrible thing that happens, or it might be next week, or it might be the season premiere of the final season, or the end of season 3, or end of season 4. Like, who knows when they're gonna do it, in what episodes? But this is Westeros. Some shit's going down real soon. The gauntlet has been dropped, and the Willie Galt has been dropped. And let's listen to what Antoine Thomas has to say here.
Hey, Phil. I did warn you. It's come now to this. We are
on the plane in your time off, Phil. Can you work on a Laris quid pro toe song? Let me think about that one, okay?
Message.
Baby quid pro quo. Baby quid pro toe. Baby Alicent prid quo tro down to New Orleans. Wiggle your toes, cause I want them. I want that hoe. Sorry. Baby, I think I might do it to Baby Please Don't Go. Okay, there we go. I have to write all the lyrics, but let me think about that one. Baby quid pro
Apparently,
quo.
this is truth news.
Baby
Apparently,
Baby
the
pre-quo.
King's Hall was
Allison's
attacked.
ass.
My fellow British people, because British people watch this, and Americans, prepare for a full war, civil war. For those who live in the King's Landing area and Crown's Land, may want to pursue on leaving while you can. If not, go to the basement, put a coat cloth by the door, because apparently houses are going to burn, lives will be cost.
I look like a Targaryen. Is it because my hair is going white? Is that why? Is that why, fandom? Is am I going to say Dracarys and burn them all? Is that why? Let me see if I can look more like a Targaryen here. Let me see. I'm a Targaryen. And your dog too. Stop. Turn that off. That's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable for everybody. Valerian Steel.
As a member of Team Black, we are...
Ooh, I like that one. Welcome to the Hotel, California. Don't tow. I'm begging you to tow. People are coming up with some good ideas here.
Most of all, Antoine's calling is a royal figure to Team Black. So as this war begins next week, we are now entertaining this worst anarchy. For what I heard, martial law has been imposed in King's Landing.
Thank you so much, Antoine, as always, for the great stuff. I hear you, Killmonger, but maybe it might be a different episode this season. Who knows? The toe song, we could do the toe to toe, 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 like the thong song. Toe to toe. I think I might be going with Baby Please Don't Go. Baby Please Don't Toe. The title works. Baby Please Don't Toe. Baby let us go. But I'm working some ideas. Keep the thoughts coming, especially in the comment section. The gravel walker says, "Yo, Phil, I got some issues too. I got some major fucking issues, dude. I need to set that up like Rodney Dangerfield jokes. Dude, I got some issues. My doctor, Vinny Boombots, he looked at me. He said, I'm all done here. I can't do anything with you. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, I can't. I see. I'm not. I could tell jokes, but I need someone to write them for me. You know, otherwise I can just off the cuff insanity. But like one-liner jokes, like Rodney Dangerfield, bam, bam, bam. I could probably deliver them if I had someone writing them for me. But bam, I got issues, man. I got issues. My grandmother tried to kill me with a bong once. She's like, I'm gonna hit you with the fucking bong, and bong was spilling all over her hands, and I'm just laughing my ass off. I got some fucking issues, dude. See, it's not funny. It's not funny, but there's something there. There's something there. The best thing about Christian Bale's voice as Batman is Kenny. Yes. Kenny's character. Absolutely. Someone else called Christian Bale a name earlier. I missed it, but it was great. I got some issues. Phil Targaryen, first of his name. King of Keebler Elves. Master of Feet. I like that. I'll take that. I'll take that shit. Welcome to the House of the Rising Toe. Yeah. There is a house in Targaryen town. They call the Rising Toe. And there's a many stumpy boy from House on Strong that he needs that Allison for two. Okay. I'm having too much fun with this shit. Okay, let Buddy Talker again. Let's see what Buddy Talker has to say. Oh, Maud Mary, you said something a second ago. What did you say, Maud Mary? Because I agree with you 100%. What did Maud Mary say? Oh, you retracted your message, but you said something I like 100% agreed with. I see a green toe and I see a green and I want to paint it black. I like that one too. That's fucking great. That's a great line. But Maud Mary, what the fuck did you say? You deleted it, but I Oh, no, you did not delete it. You did not delete it. I found what you said before. I said this earlier, and I'm glad I wasn't the only one. The music in this episode, at the beginning and throughout, every time they brought that refrain back in, reminded me of Westworld. And I don't mean that as a bad thing. Westworld, even in the most insane ridiculosity that show goes, the music is always like ridiculously top notch. And it did remind me of a Westeros theme style, the way it was moving, a combination of that and the Cersei theme as well. How strong our kink is we're strong. This is one of my favorite, House of the Rising Toe. So what I need to do is write all of these down and then put a vote out, put a poll up, and see what you guys want me to write. I like working within a challenge. So if someone's like, write something silly to this song, I enjoy the challenge of doing that and trying to make it work. So we got Baby Please Don't Go, Baby Quid Pro Toe, and we got House of the Rising Toe. Those are our two top ones right now. Toes in the morning. We got toes to the left of me, toes to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle, playing with Allison. Yeah. Wait. Sorry, I think I got. I was just gonna call you David. I was gonna call you David, Fandom D Saint. Is that what, Fandom David Saint? No, FDS. I mentioned Cersei. He's triggered in the live chat. Wait. He's getting a little. It's getting a little hot under the bridges. So.
This was my least favorite episode, Phil. This kind of sucked. Didn't make no fucking sense. What was that at the end? They just turned Princess Rhaenys into like the ultimate bad guy. She's like this ultimate villain character. She's like the Joker now. She just fucking take out like what, 2,000 people or some shit just so she can go up into the faces of the entire all the Greens and then just be like, could have killed you, but I didn't. Later. Peace out. And I mean, like, what was that? I don't even understand what the hell that was. We didn't get, like, so much. I'm not even going to get into it all. I think the ending speaks for itself with this episode. This was pretty bad. I think this was a low point for the season, unfortunately. But, take it easy.
No worries. As we always say, not everyone can like every episode. What a wonderful toe. The Gravel Walker says, I love Rhaenys' song whenever I hear it this episode. Toes in the morning, toes in the evening. We're getting a lot of really good suggestions for this kind of stuff. I do agree with one of your points, as I've said it a couple of times, about Rhaenys killing hundreds and thousands, or if not thousands, close to 1,000, or a lot. Let's just say she killed a lot of folks busting through with that dragon. But let's listen to a couple more voicemails before we get into our thing. Pete's Live Music.
Hey, Phil, you're doing great, man. Really cool episode. Thought some parts looked a little corny, a little overdramatic, but here's a question for you. I don't know. I kind of thought at the end, when I knew that there was a dragon incoming into that scene, comes in and lands, I thought the reveal was going to be Daemon for whatever reason. I just kind of thought that, and it's a little surprise twist there. All right, just didn't know if you might have thought that was a possibility. Later.
I love how you said later in your Dickon voice. I was like, oh, no, he was about to say Dickon. He was about to say it. He's going to say the thing. It didn't occur to me at that point. I was completely convinced that we weren't going to see any of Rhaenyra or Daemon or any of them this episode because it had been that far. And in that moment, I think they led it up to, they had her ask about the dragon a couple times, and they saw her eyes light up as she was entering in there. So I was kind of expecting that to happen. In the sense, I feel like the episode sort of called it shot with that to a certain extent, but I feel like it would have been interesting. I think out of everyone that I am most excited to see their reaction to all this shit, it's Daemon. And I think he's very likely to do something like that. But when Daemon's in that position, you best believe he's going to burn them all. He's not gonna have his shot and blow it. Uh-oh, holy shit. Here he is. I asked for him. He called in.
Hey, yo, this is Al Pacino. And let me tell you something about feet. I like them. I like to lick them. I like to stick them. But I like it when you kick them, girl. I also like that song by Silk. Let me lick you up and down until you say stop. Put your foot in my mouth, baby. It makes me hot.
Thank you, Mr. Pacino. I love your work. Scent of a Woman, Carlito's Way, some of your best. Even though I know Scarface gets a lot of love in your works in the Godfather movies, of course. But, Mr. Pacino, you are incredible. Let's go to our text message line. Heath Hinton says, how about toe rider instead of low rider? All my lords, all my strong boys love the toe rider. The toe rider goes a little high. I like it. Amidst the proofread, the dragon screams. Pretty awesome. What do you think? What do you think they do to create those dragon sounds? I know that at different times, they have taken real animal sounds and enhanced them, like lions or tigers or lions and tigers and bears. Oh my! That like one of those things, and taking them and go. Ah! So I think it was very effective as well. 859 Beesbury really died from a headbutt. yeah, to the ball. Like you know that ball, the ball things, the pool cues that they have, and they stick in the slots to say that they're there. You know the hi, my ball, I'm here. Those things. I got one over there. I got my ball over here. Wait, let me get it so you guys know I'm here. I'm choking myself. I'm sorry. I gotta put my ball in my foot. You know, okay, so I got my ball here. It's in my foot right here. There we go. This means I'm here. So yeah, Beesbury got thrown on the ball when his face went off. The face off. Face off. So yeah, that's what happened there. Well, I don't know. What am I fucking Carrot Top tonight? I mean, in fairness, if you went to the Con of Thrones, I am kind of Carrot Top on the panels with the fucking props. The Lord Commander should have. I thought he was going to. Like that dude bitched out. Like he just walked out of there. Like I know that was a good quitting. It wasn't no Barristan sell me, but really in that moment, just end Cole. Like Cole's caused so many problems. He's asking to be taken down by the Lord Commander in that situation. He's killing small council members, and I know the Queen and Hand are on their side, and you get the feeling like the whole council's in on it, besides Beesbury there. But still, I mean, out of all the things Cole did, that's probably the least fucked up, considering everything else he's done, to not be disciplined. But I'm glad that he finally stood up to him in this, or somebody did, and somebody called him out for his bullshit. And just the way Cole, like, smiley, cockily looking at his boss like that, like, fuck you, dude. Peace. Or the way, like, when he beats the other guy, beats his brother, he's like, where's your brother? And holds two swords. I don't know. There's just something I just want to. He's just got that smug, douchey motherfucker. I have more visceral television show dislike, and I'll verbalize it as hate, but I don't hate anybody, you know. I mean, I do hate some people. I'm not really that nice. I hate a lot of people. But I'm saying, like, I don't know. These are characters. They're not real people. It's a great performance. If I saw the actor, I'd shake him in his hand and spit in his face. No, I'd shake his hand for putting on a good douchebag. He's playing a very great, excellently depicted douche sausage that I want to slap the living fucking shit out of every time he talks on screen. And that's how I should feel looking at Crispy. And so applaud the actor. Applaud him for this horrible douchebag performance that he's putting. I always question if people that can do this do it too well, what they're like in real life, but I know I'm just being an asshole now. But he's the character that him and Otto give me the most visceral hate for their characters. Dracarys Cold. Yeah, that's all I'm asking for. Rest BB. I agree, he should have been killed right there. If he wasn't killed, like, there's so many things, and great to see Tracy G in the live chat. They let Tarantino direct one scene this episode. Guess which one? I mean, they obviously want Tarantino as a fan of this show right there. Hey? So everybody, I don't know what you're talking about. I have no clue. But you know what I do know? You know what I can say? You know what I absolutely am convinced of when it happens, because it does happen sometimes. Sometimes it's that time of day. Sometimes it's not. But all of the time, you all always know when I'm stalling for time, trying to figure out what to say. It means it's time for a recap! Time for our recap. Keep your calls coming in. 781-990-8509. I once saw Phil do a triple Indy in a recap. Now, thank you everyone for tuning in this week. If we have some new subscribers, I know some of you guys might have found me through my guest appearance on Preston's stream or podcast with Preston and Carmine this week, or filling in for Preston when he was on vacation. Huge thanks to both those guys for letting me be a part of that, and anyone that found me and came over here from that. Sorry, I'm out of breath. I'm so emotional about it. No, but huge thanks to those dudes for having me on. And sometimes I bounce over there for their after show as well. So make sure when you leave here, you go over there and check out those guys' live stream. Anyways, blah-bitty, blah, blah. Tell us about your foot fetishes. Call in the Issues Hotline, 781-990-8509. My God, what Laris would do to a Ferengi heir. A lot of umaks. That's for damn sure, Heath Hinton. I got big feet, and I cannot lie. I got big feet. I make Laris cry. What up? Drops the mic. Maud Mary does it perfect. Now, do you know what the best part of this recap is going to be? We all know it's going to be Recap Guy talking about that foot fetish scene. Let's not deny it. Oh my God. What's that crazy person screaming like that for? Oh my goodness. Oh, we got some people here from Teflon TV as well. My partner in crime, the amazing Tony Teflon. Him and Bridge 4, my podcasting brothers on the Usual Suspects podcast, which we come on every week at 6:30 p.m. on Teflon TV. Make sure you join us for that. We'll also be doing some off-season stuff between now and the premiere of season 2 of House of the Dragon, talking about Game of Thrones as a whole, Song of Ice and Fire, and of course some preview stuff for House of the Dragon. Make sure you check that out. I'm not saying I won't do any Song of Ice and Fire content on here once the season's over with, but we do cover a lot of other shows too, so we got a lot of other stuff to get to after this season. A lot of fun stuff to talk about this year, but we'll be doing a lot of preview shit as we get more information about season 2 and other series coming on. So, oh yes, Bloody Talker, lots of love to Devon. Weird science, dun, 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 dun. But yes, I was the guest with Carmine on this week's the Game of Thrones podcast, and it was a lot of fun. It was a great time. If you haven't checked that out, you can check it out on Preston's channel. It's their most recent podcast, so check that out or subscribe to their podcasting places for all that crap. If you care about that stuff, we got holy shit. Jake Cruz has just joined the crew. He's become a channel member. He's supporting me with a dime bag of support. Welcome. We all need a little dime bag in our life. Thank you for that dime bag. I appreciate it. So let's get into this recap and let us know in the live chat. We get someone from Brazil in the live chat. Let me know in the live chat. You can be as vague as you want to be if you care about your privacy, but let me know where you're from, where you're listening to this from. I'm very curious, so keep the love coming. Love to know whereabouts you guys all are. Let's get into this recap. What we're going to do is we're going to rewatch this episode.
Moonlight floods in from the large window set behind the Iron Throne and washes over.
And I'm going to shut up and listen to recap guy, right?
Surrounding it. A curtain covering a window beside the small council table flaps in the wind. Torches burn around a staircase winding through the Red Keep.
Also, thank you so much. Lots of love to David Lightbringer, who sends people here every week when he's done with his live stream. So huge thanks to David for always sending folks my way. And however you guys have found us this season, any of the new faces I see you, whether it's through Tony and Bridge or Gray and the Direwolf crew or Carmine and Preston or David that has brought people over here after his after shows. Very much thanks to all you guys that have joined up the silliness over here. And it's going to be a fun ride. Strap on in. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to get really crazy the next year and talk about a lot of fun stuff. So here we go. Let's continue.
A blonde boy pushes through a doorway and into a corridor.
100% Maud Mary Westworld music right here. Fucking 1000%. The tempo, the refrain, the notes he's using in this particular scene screams to me as Westworld. And I don't mean this as, again, I don't mean it as a bad thing. As we open up on an empty throne, sad, amazing music, Westworldian, as I said in my notes, first time I watched the episode, as we see a boy walk through the halls in the yard, the boy wide-eyed, looks everywhere, grabs on something from mom, and then we cut as we get a little, I assume is a flashback of young Viserys.
He moves down the corridor, lit by the faint pre-dawn light. He descends the stairs.
Someone making a Tom from Brazil comment in the area. Pink eye. I hope Tom is doing well. If you ever check this out, Tom. When was the last time we had a disc for Fandom, who's our Discord member? We do have a Discord as well. If you want to keep the discussions going after with live motherfucking chatters after the episodes are over with, please do that. Someone will share that Discord link in the live chat right now. But hello, boys and girls. Let's talk about toes. When was the last time we heard from Tom? Phil, what House of the Dragon character would be in the Colony House from? Damon. 100% Damon would be in the Colony House. He'd be partying. We got another new channel member from the Lord Crow. Welcome for an 8th of support. Holy shit. Thank you so much. Channel membership is not something you have to do, but it helps more than you know, especially right now for me personally. So thank you so much for anyone. I appreciate every single one of you guys popping on in here, whether it be just to listen, whether it be to comment, whether it be to troll, whether it be to have some fun and just blow off some steam and shoot some shit in here. But I appreciate the financial supports that you guys give, the few patrons that we have that have stuck with me on Patreon. Huge thank you. And our channel members or any of our super chatters, it's very, very fucking special. And I cannot thank you guys enough. Okay, let's continue in this live motherfucking shit and play more of this scene.
He passes a maidservant in the courtyard.
And does he look at her feet?
The boy steps through a broad room where a large group of maidservants cleans dishes. He steps to Talia and pulls at her dark dress. She turns to him and kneels. He leans into her ear, then walks off.
So, I mean, we don't have to listen to all of this right now. This scene, we know what this scene is.
Talia stands across from her.
As we go to Alicent. And I know it wasn't young Viserys, but in my mind, I wanted to believe it could have been. And I love how the legend, bro, anything to support my man. Thank you so much, Lord Crow. Writing was shit, says the Bloody Talker. Acting, cinematography, and music was top-notch as usual for everything. They paid for music, might as well reuse it since Westworld didn't bring them lots of money in. Maud says, I love Tony Gray, Bridge for and the Fill the Issues guy. Oh, thank you so much, Maud Mary, and thank you for popping in my live motherfucking chat. And we got where everyone is from. We got Fort Lauderdale, formerly South Jersey, and formerly Boston, Northeastern. The Gravel Walker is straight up Melbourne, Australia. Big love from there. We got Scout Teeny from Northern Ontario. We got Jake Cruz from Vegas. Next time I'm out there, Jake Cruz, we're having a fucking drink. What's going on? More Sopranos, Phil. It's coming right around Thanksgiving. Matt and I will be back with our next Sopranos episode, which will be the Pine Barrens episode, is where we're at. Okay, so we go to Alicent being told he's dead. She's generally sad and on a little tilt here. And almost immediately, he's not hesitating. This piece of shit.
Fuck Otto, fuck Otto, fuck Otto, fuck Otto. It's a hot town rant tonight.
Now let me keep this on cue for this scene here.
Stay here. Tell no one. Help me dress.
Talia stares off, her face deeply creased. Candles flicker around Otto as he stands in front of his dwindling hearth. Hard shadows project over his face.
It's a hot town rant tonight. Fuck Otto, fuck Otto.
He looks to his right.
Otto, fuck Otto.
Sitting at a small table, Alicent fidgets with her fingers.
My handmaiden Talia.
So immediately, Otto starts plotting and being plotty. He asks who knows. She says a few servants. Otto and Alicent have a conversation where she says, and she truly believes, that he said Aegon should be the next king. It was his last words. I was the one and only person that heard these last words. And yeah, here we go.
I saw him last night. Before he...
Alicent tears up and rigidly smiles.
He told me he wished for Aegon to be king.
And you believed it. Because you're dumb. And Otto smiles because he's a fucking...
It's the
Otto's brow furrows heavily as he regards her. Talia lights a candelabra on the small table. The light from the candles illuminates her with increasing brightness as she ignites all seven.
So again, this is just making me want to hear recap guy describe the foot fetish song. So they're lighting the candles, and now we're eventually in a second here in the small council meeting. And the Lannisters being a
Jason's
Lannister.
gaze drops from Otto.
What is there? Hi, I'm Lannister. Hi, everybody. It's Jason Lannister again. How are you? I'm Smuggy. So, what's going on that you woke me up in the middle of the night? I was rubbing some gold on my nipples like us Lannisters like to do. And what are you talking about? Ooh, the king. Is there a war in Dawn? I fucking love the Lannisters. I'm sorry, I just love them. And I love in this scene, as we're about to listen through this, Alicent is genuinely hurt in trying to put this all together, even though she's been a little plotty here and there. It's horrifying to her, not horrifying, really shocking to her that other people have been plotting too. And it's just an interesting dynamic that gets set up where Otto has already had all this shit in motion. Like, Otto is hitting the ground running. Everyone at this table, except for Beesbury, knows what's up. Even the Maester seems to be like, Beesbury, shut the fuck up here. Like, come on, go with the flow. Like the wings of a trails of a windy mist. I'm quoting something. I don't know what I'm quoting, so I'm quoting it poorly. But Otto has this on lock. Again, Rhaenyra fucked up. We talked about this a lot in the pre-show. I understand why she left. There was an unfortunate dynamic going on with the kids and everything that was going on. Like, she needed to piece out of there. In some ways, Alicent had just slashed her. Like, there were some bad vibes, no doubt. But by leaving and not having any presence, like strong presence of her own side, sitting on that council, like someone like Daemon, for instance, who, again, Viserys tried at certain points in time to get to sit on the council post Otto coming back again. It's tough. I mean, Otto was left to his own devices to be able to just put this all together, and he had it locked down, and Alicent didn't like it. Alicent takes this all in and immediately realizes, or she's thinking, what happens to people that disagree? All these people pledged allegiance to the flag, pledged their oaths to Rhaenyra. And then what's going to happen with Rhaenyra? And again, I'm going to play all this, but the way Otto reacts about it too, he just knows the smuggest, fuckest thing to say with every react. Oh, well, we'll certainly give them the opportunity. I'm making him sound like the Lannister too, but whatever. Yeah, like, fuck this dude. So let's listen to a little bit of this scene.
Soaking the room in soft orange light.
We grieve for Viserys the Peaceful, our sovereign, our friend.
Harold bows his head, face heavy.
Senor Slimy.
But he has left
Good
us
to see
a
you,
gift.
buddy.
The council members look up to Otto.
With his last breath, he impressed upon the Queen his final wish that his son, Aegon, should succeed him as Lord of the Seven Kingdoms.
The look.
Alicent looks to the council members.
Because she knows how stupid it sounds. And in fairness, again, Alicent thinks this is the deal, though. Like, she's not, to Alicent in this moment, she's not thinking, oh, I'm playing a trick here. But the funny thing is, even if he didn't say this, Otto was still doing this. And that's why I think he smiles when she comes to him with that. He's like, well, that makes things easier. Either way, Otto was doing it. He didn't give a shit about the shiny, happy people holding hands, toasts that the two of them gave. They weren't the lame-ass toasts that they were doing. That they were, you're a good mother, and, you care about my father, even though it was, that's questionable at times. But your manipulation of him is questionable. And, no, the shiny, happy people holding hands stuff, no. El Senor Slimy. I love El Senor Slimy. We got the walking David in the live motherfucking chat. And that's okay, Bloody Talker. This is what I love about you, buddy. That you're in the live chat, rocking it, keeping it going. We don't live. Never is the Issues program, Phil's recap review here, ever wanted to be an echo chamber for anything. Except for, when I say something's awesome and everyone needs to agree with me. Because that's totally my thing. No, I have a co-host for that one. I have Joe Dirty Locks for that. I will think about that, Pete's Live Music. Let's see what Pete's Live Music has to say right here. Oh my God, I think so.
With a what then? Gave her a foot massage. Foot massage. That's it. Mm-hmm. And what Marcellus did? Sent a couple of cats over to his place. They took him out on his patio, threw his ass over the balcony. Nigga fell 4 stories. Had a little garden down at the bottom, closed in glass, like a greenhouse.
Oh, I love it. We get some Pulp Fiction comments. I love it.
What's Still, I have to say, play with matches, you get burned.
What do you mean?
You don't be giving Marcellus while I'm taking your bride a foot massage.
You giving somebody's why I'm so you can't give Marcellus Wallace's wife a foot massage. You're just asking for fucking trouble. But anyways, let's listen to more of the scene.
They sit stiffly. Jason, like,
I don't know any spoilers for episode 10. I have seen some of the other episodes early. Halfway through the season, I started getting some of the episodes a little early from Toys R Us. Carmine's been forwarding them over to me from Toys R Us. But I don't know anything that's going to happen in episode 10. So shit's going to hit the fan. That's my preview situation. Right from what I saw in the preview for next week, it just looks like shit's going to fucking hit the fan. And I bet we get some sort of big, huge moment that's going to keep people talking from now and for 2 years. They're going to give us something that they want to end on, something really, really strong, either something super positive or super tragic. I don't know which it's going to be. And I don't know a lot of the stuff that's going to happen, like quickly on my mind. Maybe if I thought about it a little bit, stuff I've read into or heard in passing, but realistically, I don't know what's going to be coming. I don't know the order of events, so to speak. So it could be Rhaenyra and Daemon riding their dragons full speed towards King's Landing, ready to fuck shit up. Like, that could be an exciting moment to end on. Something to that effect. Who knows? Episode 10, Dragon Palooza. It could be episode 10, Dragon Palooza. We could just get a mad, crazy dragon battles happening. It certainly seems like that might be the case from the preview. Anyways, we'll get to the preview a little bit later. It does look like we might see Storm's End. Is the next episode the end of the entire series and story? No, Brendan. It's just the end of the season. This show should be... for some reason, that was... She sells seashells by the seashore. As I sit in solemn silence as a dull, dark dock with a pestilent imprison of a short, sharp shock. Weird theater game stuff. Okay, is the next episode the end of the series? The story? No, it's just the end of the season. The series should be about 4 seasons. I don't know why that was so difficult for me to say. Mark A. Houston, it's always easier when I got you in the live motherfucking chat, Mark. You don't rush the process. It's basically going to end at the start of the Civil War. That's what I'm thinking too, Bloody. I don't think we're going to get too much action. I would love to be wrong. I want to come out here next week and like, wow, holy, like my full Chad Summerchild vibe. Like, that's fucking great. Greatest thing I ever saw in my life. Totally awesome, dude. Like I want to come out here like that. But they may give us a blue ball kind of ending where they lead us up and don't finish us off and get us ready for next season being balls to the wall the whole time, which would be cool too. Obviously giving us two-year television blue balls might suck, but it happens. Thank you for getting the Tinder/Hotbot out. I mean, Jackie C, I was thinking about starting a Tinder and I might want to click on Tinder/hot best adult dating site. But thank you for doing your moderation jobs. I appreciate that. But I think they were trying to say something cool there. We made it. Exactly. The live stream is officially a success. It doesn't matter if we have 2 people or we got 80 plus people watching right now. Thank you so much. Please, if you're watching this live, hit that like button if you haven't already and share this out. Let's get a few more folks in here tonight as we dig into our recap. As usual, I'm going to do a short episode, and now I'm an hour and a half in and 10 minutes of the episode. But fair enough. I need to leave my house at like 2:30 in the morning, roughly around there. I do have to do a little bit more packing, so I do have some wiggle room with time where I'm not rushing off here anyway anytime soon. So keep it liked, keep it pushed out there, help getting more people or maintaining our silly group right now. I love you guys. Have a great group in the live motherfucking chat. I feel like I'm gonna be like, you guys, you are the best. You guys right now, you're the best live motherfucking chat ever. The best one ever. Well, my chat in general is the best, but I just mean, right tonight, you guys are the very best ever.
Lately shakes his head, then meets Alicent's eye.
Then we may proceed now with the full assurance of his blessing on our long-laid plans.
Yes, there is much to be done, as we previously discussed.
By the way, when we were doing smug backroom deals, can we tell everyone about them now? Because I like people to know when I'm being shady. I'm a Lannister.
Well in hand, the gold will be divided for safekeeping.
Let ravens be sent to our allies, Riverrun and Highgarden.
Am I to understand that members of the small council have been planning secretly to install my son without me?
No shit, Sherlock.
No need to sully you with darkling schemes.
I will not have this. To hear that you are plotting to replace the king's chosen heir with an impostor.
His firstborn son is hardly an impostor.
Shut up, dude.
Hundreds of lords and landed
Shut
knights
up,
swore
dude.
fealty to the
That was
princess.
some 20 years
Dude,
ago.
shut
He's
up.
now dead.
You heard the Lord Hand.
Read the
Lord
room.
Hand. The king changed his mind.
Dude, shut up. Read the room.
I am 76 years old.
I mean, I'm glad that we're going to get to it a little bit later, but I'm glad we saw one guy at least try the thing I never see people try in movies, in television shows, when they agree to it and then just try to run off afterwards. So I don't know if Beesbury's smart enough here in this moment, but keep your fucking mouth shut, agree to whatever you're saying, and then deal with it after the fact. Once you get out of there, send a damn raven somewhere.
I have known Viserys longer than any who sit at this
But as Carla Wayne says, poor Beesbury, the realest of them all, he can't fib. He cannot tell a lie.
table, and I will not believe that he said this on his deathbed alone with only the boy's mother as a witness.
This was an almost comical kind of moment when he smashes his head. Did he just really kill him? Especially because Kristen Cole is like dumb and psychotic enough to smash his head and then talk to the dead corpse. He does that like weird fucking thing that you see some people do, like Trevor from Grand Theft Auto does or something, like kills somebody and then just goes, "No, you'll never do that again, won't you?" You know, it's like it's total Trevor move. And we all know how anyone that's played GTA 5 knows how stable the character of Trevor is.
This is seizure. It is theft. It is treason at the least. It is
your tongue, Lyman.
Dude, the fucking maester was trying to get your back, giving you one last out here as Crispy starts to present behind him. Like, come on, dude, shut up.
The king was well last night, by all accounts.
Kristen steps behind.
Oh, no. You're about to call Rhaenyra a whore here. Like, dude, don't accuse all the people in the room of killing the fucking king. You're adding to it now? Give me a break.
Bury.
Which of you here can swear that he died of his own accord?
Which of us are you accusing of regicide, Lord Beesbury?
Whether it was one of you or all of you, I care not. I will have no part.
Dead.
Kristen slams Beesbury's head into the table. Alicent covers her.
He's like, sit down. Like, you're sitting down. Like sit him down. Don't slam his fucking head.
Face as blood leaks from his.
And then I love how the maester in this moment is like, can we get this like dead body out of here, please? I don't want to look at the dead body. Can we remove it? And they're like, no one's leaving this room until they declare for my grandson, cause I am Otto Hightower, asshole of the world.
His inert head. Harold draws his sword. Harold points his blade at Kristen and gradually steps toward him.
Throw down your sword and remove your cloak, Sir Kristen.
Kristen whips his sword out and scowls.
I am your Lord Commander, Sir Kristen. Cast down your sword.
I will not suffer insults to Her Grace the Queen.
There was no insult to me, Sir Chris.
Listen, chill out and sit down or get to the chopper. And okay, he's talking shit to his boss here. He's pulling out his boss pulls out the sword finally and gets in Kristen's face. First time anyone gets in his face for some of the shitty shit he did, or the first time we've seen it. And he starts talking shit. I will not let anyone insult the queen. And the queen's just like, No one insulted me, dude. Put your sword away. Don't kill old men. Could you please not kill old men in front of us? And then we have to, like, be around the dead body for the next hour?
Beside your blade.
Kristen quickly lowers his sword. Harold eyes him steadily, then steps away.
Has it come to this? Lord Commander, enough.
Harold makes a face, then sheaths his sword.
Let us have Lord Beesbury removed.
No. The door remains shut until we finish our business.
The Grand Maester gradually sits back down.
That isn't creepy at all, Otto. Like, that isn't the creepiest shit in the world that he actually said it like that. Like, no one leaves this room without singing the blues. Well, I mean, I'm the fucking babysitter, dude. Like, I'm the fucking babysitter, Otto. Fucking consider it a divorce. But I'm married. But she's married. She has rights to it. Consider it a divorce. Now, get to the chopper, you idiot.
Jason steps back to his chair and sits, while Otto takes his seat. Jason glances at Beesbury.
Can I not sit next to the dead body, please?
Whose blood pools around his face.
Storm's End is of concern.
And all applause to the Lannister for keeping this going.
We may not assume the loyalty of Lord Boris, but he has 4 daughters, all of them unmarried. The right proposal...
What of Rhaenyra?
The former heir cannot, of course, be allowed to remain free and draw support to her claim.
Okay, and the whole time of this, the Lord Commander is watching all of this like, this is just fucking horrible. And this all leads into, ultimately, I believe, and I'd have to listen to this again. I'm going to listen to this right now. Basically telling them to go to the dragon pits and start killing the dragons. Is that basically what they're telling this dude to do?
You mean to imprison her?
She and her family will be given the opportunity to publicly swear obeisance to the new king.
She'll never bend the knee. Nor Daemon.
Fuck Otto.
Alicent exchanges a heavy look with Otto. She looks around the table.
You plan to kill them.
Like, duh. I love how the room just goes silent, like, yeah, I mean, isn't that the plan? Like, huh? I mean, we're usurping her throne. I mean, we gotta kill her, right? I mean, that was part of it. Like, murder was part of this, right?
And all here accede to this.
Man, fuck Otto.
Correct, Your Grace. A living challenger invites battle and bloodshed.
It is unsavory, yes. But a sacrifice will not Aegon's succession, and then there is Daemon to consider. The king wouldn't wish for any
But the king did not wish for the murder of his daughter. He loved her. I will not have you deny this.
And yet...
One more word, and I will have you removed from this chamber and sent to the wall.
Yeah, that dude's a fucking cocky prick. He's just like talking mad shit. He's like, fuck Rhaenyra. Fuck her in her fucking ear. I don't give a shit about this Rhaenyra, motherfucker.
The bearded man.
Did recap guy call him the bearded man because he didn't know his name?
Consider. The king wouldn't wish for any
But the king did not wish for the murder of his daughter. He loved her. I will not have you deny this.
And yet...
One more word, and I will have you removed from this chamber and sent to the wall.
She glowers at the bearded man.
Yeah, no, someone didn't give recap guy the name of the character and just calls him the bearded man. Oh, could he be the father of Jace in Luke? He kind of looks like a strong.
The council members sit woodenly. Otto looks at Jason.
What do you suggest, Your Grace?
Alicent blinks rapidly.
Time is of the essence.
Brows pinched together. Harold looks to the floor. The bearded man looks from her to Otto.
Yeah, he said it again, the bearded man.
Commander West.
Like the bearded man Otto?
Take your knights to Dragonstone. Be quick and be...
Okay, not to the dragon pits. Take your knights to Dragonstone. Okay, in my first watch through, I thought he said, take your knights to the dragon pits and be swift about it. Meaning like go in there and kill some dragons. But no, take your knights to Dragonstone and be swift about it. What? You want to send the Kingsguard? like all the Kingsguard to Dragonstone to try to just bring Rhaenyra and Daemon? You want to just send them? Like with an army, they got fucking 2 dragons. Are you sending Aemon too, as well, and Aegon with his dragon, and Helena with her dragon? Like, because I'm pretty sure you're sending against, well, by the end of this episode, many dragons, but like at least Daemon and Rhaenyra have a couple of really, dragons that can do some fucking damage, and you're gonna just send the Kingsguard? Okay, sure, Otto. This is a great plan. You're a master tactician. I'm new at strategy. I tried it before. Stratego. Like this is not a good plan. And I'm glad that the Kingsguard is like, nope, I'm not doing this. Are you stupid?
Clean.
Harold eyes Kristen.
Exactly. More than 2 dragons. At least 2 dragons. At least. There's a whole gaggle. The girls have dragons. There's a lot of dragons at Dragonstone right now. And you're just going to send the Kingsguard. Just send your Kingsguard and your best men. Otto, you're a fucking moron.
Fuck Otto. Fuck Otto.
Seriously.
His white cloak off.
I was like, they got 6 fucking dragons.
Otto shoots him a look while he bundles up the cloak. He sets it on the table.
I am Lord Commander of the Kingsguard. I recognize no authority but the King's.
I don't know if you were watching, Vince, but thank you so much, buddy.
And until there is one.
Yeah, why would the King let Autobot come back and be the hand? I'm confused. It's because a different hand was up his ass and in other crevices of his body, controlling what to do in that moment. And when Strong Boy was burned up, Alicent slipped right in the idea of bringing her daddy back. And unfortunately, because we didn't see it, we didn't actually get to see that conversation, which is one of those moments I would have liked to see.
I have no place here.
Harold sweeps his gaze over the table, then strides away. Kristen stares off unblinkingly as Harold leaves the chamber.
It is our fate, I think, to crave always what is given to another. If one possesses a thing, the other will take it away.
Yes, Princess.
Helena nods. Alicent enters the chamber with Otto.
Where is Aegon?
Not here.
Nope.
He's not in his rooms.
So this starts...
Helena hangs her head.
Let's listen to a little
Alicent
Helena.
looks to Otto. Alicent watches the maidservant lead the children away. Then she turns to Helena and sits beside her on the cushioned bench.
Like, why do I have to recap?
Alicent opens and closes her mouth.
Much better than me.
Father, there is a beast beneath the boards.
There's a beast beneath the boards. Is that a little foreshadow for the end of this episode? Anyways, we get a sense that Mother, she really does care about her daughter. They have an interesting interaction here where she tells about her father, and then we get into our next half in the majority of our episode, the search for Aegon. It basically gets split into 2 teams. We're going to go through each scene here, but Alicent goes to Kristen, and if you care about me at all, go find him. And Eric go out for Otto to try to find Aegon. And they all go disguised, not as themselves, even though Aemon's very noticeable with that eye. But whatever. They all go out, and it all culminates in a big fight between Kristen and one of the 2 of them. And also, this is where we see our kitty fighting ring and all of those sorts, and we get into the bad accent stuff. So let's get into this section of the episode here.
He stares at them.
As Aemon walks in.
Otto approaches Eric as he sits and oils his sword.
So Eric.
Eric stands, then sheaths his sword.
Where's the prince?
Forgive me, Lord Hand. I do not know.
Well, you're sworn to protect him.
But the prince is kind of a prick.
Plights his authority to order me away, and then he evades me, my lord.
He's kind of a prick.
Otto steps closer to him, jaw clenched.
Believe he may have left the keep secretly. Gone into the city.
Find him.
Fine. So he sends him off. We don't have to listen to every single one of these scenes. He sends him off, and then we notice that Rhaenys notices that she's trapped inside her room. They've left her there, and we see all of the lords and people that are staying at the castle that might be against Team Green being locked up in the cells. And we see Loras being Laris being very, very excited to have more innocent people to torture down there.
Laris stands outside of the cell's bars. He peers inside toward Talia and the others. Alicent stands in her chamber by her hearth. She turns to the doors as Kristen enters.
Prince Aegon's not to be found within the castle walls, Your Grace. Your father has sent Sir Eric into the city to find him.
So this is where Alicent begs him to go.
And to your loyalty. Aegon must be found and he must be brought to me.
Tell me.
The very fate of the Seven Kingdoms depends on it.
I want it.
Everything you feel for me is your queen.
And when she says this, she gets very close to his face, like almost kissing him. It's very, very like Kristen is not a difficult person to manipulate because he's not that bright, but she's definitely using her tools in this episode, using his affections for her. But I think he would have done this anyway. I don't think she has to do this. I think this is just to remind us as viewers that how much he's under her thumb, because he would have done this anyway. She's begging him to do this. Like he wouldn't have done it anyway. That's the only thing that doesn't make sense about this interaction to me. And it seems like a redundancy from the dynamic of the relationship that we know that they already have and the way he feels about her. He literally shoved some nice old man's head into a ball on the table and broke his fucking head open and said, "Don't say anything bad about my queen." So I think if he's doing that, you don't have to oversell it here, Alicent, I guess is what I'm saying.
Her eyes shine with tears.
I will not fail you.
We got the one and only Sir LT Giles in the live chat. I hated the changes in this episode from the books, but the ending was pretty fucking cool, though. Bloody Talk says time for pointless hide and seek. Aemon Targaryen pretended to be a pirate in the city. Army latties.
I'll come with you.
That would not be my desire, Aemond.
I know Aemon actually talks this episode.
If anything has happened.
Cole needs
I mean, I know he talked in the last episode, but he talks a lot in this episode, which is good.
me, Mother. So Eric isn't the only one who knows Aegon's doings.
Now, this is a question. Am I completely ignorant and stupid? I mean, that's not the question. I mean, yeah, I am. But am I completely... Would Aemond have killed Aegon if he was alone with him? I'm curious. What do you guys think? Would Aemond have killed his brother if Crispy wasn't around? I'm curious what you guys have to say if Crispy was not there. Sorry about some spelling if I do that. I'm gonna ask you guys a question right now. Would Aemon have killed his brother if Crispy was not there? I think 100% yes. I think he wanted to kill his brother so fucking much. I think he went. I feel like he went just for an opportunity to kill him. Or send him off somewhere. I think if Crispy had lost that fight somehow, or didn't come over so quickly, he might have let Aegon go. Shorty says no, Aemon would not have killed his brother. And I think you could say the same thing about like Daemon might want Viserys to have disappeared at one point in time, become king, but would he have actually killed his brother? Probably the same thing with the two of them. But I'm very curious to hear what you guys in the chat think in the poll. Get your vote in right now. Or a better question, would Aemon have sent him off? I think that's a definite. I think it is a better question because it's more realistic. But I think 100%. I think if Crispy didn't come when he came, he would have given him the opportunity to leave if he really wanted to. Wouldn't you? I mean, you have a big part of this episode is dealing with the fact that Aemon thinks he would be a better king. So
Alicent turns to Kristen. He nods. Aemon's gaze lingers on her as he strides away.
He strides away.
He leaves with Kristen.
No shit, recap guy.
Dawn light glows softly through the clouds stretching over King's Landing. It highlights the roofs and walls of the hundreds of buildings stretching out from the...
I love when recap guy starts riffing out to poetic prose. The smoke, we're getting recap guy's interpretation of the way the scene looks. Like, this isn't just no ordinary guy. Like what did I say? Rhaenys is locked in her cell. Crispy comes, blah, blah, blah. Aemon and Crispy talk about horrors. Yeah, I didn't even talk about the King's Landing, the smog of King's Landing adding to the themes. I just said Aemon and Crispy talk about whorehouses and random stuff as we cut to the twins looking for Aegon too. See, I mean, maybe I'm a little bit more concise, but listen to the poetry of recap guy here.
He nods. Aemon's gaze lingers on her as he strides away. He leaves with Kristen.
I love these perspectives. I love sci-fi says, no, Daemon truly loved Viserys. Aemon doesn't care about his family. John says he wanted to, I think. Shorty says, the king would have been better off with Daemon as his hand. I agree with that 100%. Sends him off, yes, but kills him, no. Says Lola, maybe I should put another option on there as well, as Jackie said. Fandom said, nah, just sent him away on the ship. You mean tell him to look at the flowers, Fandom? Aegon, look at the flowers. Just look at the flowers. I wish I could add another option. Vote yes in the poll if you think kill or send off. I'm going to include both. No, fuck that. Just keep it kill. Do you think he would kill him? Because I think most people would probably agree that if he had the opportunity, he would have sent him off, no question. I think the bigger question or debatable topic is whether Aemon gives a shit about his brother enough to have or not give a shit about his brother enough just to kill him in that moment. So I'll keep the question as is. Let me know your thoughts. Yes. Aemon was really adamant and how he's been prepping for the throne. We can't say the same for Daemon's character. Very true. Very true, my friends. Oh my goodness, there's some weird things going on with YouTube's being very weird tonight. This is one of those weird nights. Oh, is Bridge 4 in the motherfucking chat? That would rock. Bridge always knows he has an invite here. I know he is busy working on his review tonight. I would love to have Tony or Bridge join me there. They both know that they're welcome anytime they want to jump on here with me. Or if they don't, now they do. But yeah, they know but both of them are working on getting their reviews out as soon as possible. I think Tony might be in the live chat or might be listening in the background or was earlier. But both of them are more than invited in if they want to jump in at any point in time this week or next week. This episode makes it seem like it was the Greens versus the Greens. For a big part of the beginning half of the episode, it definitely was. Yeah, look at those damn flowers. So Crispy comes in. I want to hear the poetry.
Dawn light glows softly through the clouds stretching over King's Landing. It highlights the roofs and walls of the hundreds of buildings stretching out from the...
Come on, Otto, give me a shield.
Aemon and Kristen move through a bustling street. Kristen wears simple clothes with a cloth cap, while Aemon wears a cloak, its hood pulled up.
Aegon brought me to the Street of Silk on my 13th name day.
Welcome to Amy Collins in the live motherfucking chat. And absolutely, I think it did feel that way, Jackie C. I think that was one of the things I didn't love as much about the episode. Not that it was Greens versus Greens, but the battle between the Greens versus Greens ended really quick. Otto gave in rather easily in the conversation he finally had with her. So it seemed like the conflict between the two of them was minuscule in the way that Alicent wants to control how the Rhaenyra situation is done. But either way, that situation was going to end bad with war. So I think either way it was going to end up that way. So you can see why Otto maybe gave it up to a certain extent, because he's going to get what he wants either way. But it would have been, he almost was like, okay, if you're going to want to make this messy, it's going to be messy. But the smartest thing to do is kill them in the night. You know, like people telling Ned to kill Cersei's kids. Just kill them in the night. Just be done with it. So, yeah. I do think it was an interesting build of an episode. That's main ultimate conflict, which seemed to be between Otto and Alicent, when it finally got handled, it was almost like, oh, okay, whatever. We're just fucking with each other, or, you know, we just have slightly different agendas. So that's a fair analysis of the situation. Lots of love to Red Letter Media.
It was his duty as my brother, he said, to ensure I was as educated as he was.
Aemon grabs the knocker of a door.
At least that's what I understood him to mean.
So, are we supposed to think in this scene... sorry, let me turn this down a little bit. Are we supposed to think in this scene that Aemon brings him here just so he can see, again, the prostitute that took his virginity? It seems like this is all big setup just for that dynamic. He knows that Aegon's not really going to be there, or I guess it's the only place he knows in the situation, because Aemon ends up saying to Kristen, we're both like good people. We're not fucked in the head in the way that we need to be to think about where my brother actually would be.
You see, the man we seek is the young Prince Aegon. I may trust, I hope, in the discretion of your trade.
The prince is not here.
Has he been here? Earlier, perhaps?
Quite a bit early.
House of the Dragon, season 9, episode 9 is the biggest disappointment since my son. Not creative enough for you? Well, neither was this episode.
Years ago.
Sorry, that's the worst Plinkett ever.
He does not frequent the street of Silk.
The worst Plinkett ever.
His tastes are known.
Mike and Rich and Jay are turning over in their grave right now somewhere.
To be less discriminating.
Meaning what?
I wish you luck, good sir.
So yeah, this is far too classy of a whorehouse for him to go to for himself. And then she turns it right on to be like, hey, but you look like a young boy I had sex with 7 years ago.
And my best to your friend.
And you got tall. It's just like speaking for the audience.
Aemon bows his hooded head. Kristen walks off, and the woman looks Aemon up and down.
How you've grown.
Expressionless, Aemon walks off. Otto stands in front of
Nah,
the throne.
Oh my god! I can do Rich better. It's my dream. As much as I love all those guys, and I'm talking, if people don't know what I'm talking about Red Letter Media, probably my favorite channel on all of YouTube. It's like my dream scenario to do a podcast, to do a live stream with Rich Evans. Rich Evans is my spirit animal. So here we go.
Daenerys amended his wishes. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, weird pedo hooker. Hi, weird pedo hooker lady. You sure got tall. Like, come on. This whole season's filled with weird pedo stuff. Speaking of which, we got Otto pedo finger going on right here as we get into this scene where it's join or die, motherfuckers, join or die. You don't want to live, join or die.
A large group of lords.
To me, it's not even close, Walking David. They're a step above everyone else on the platform. They're the best around for this kind of content. For things like just people discussing entertainment, and even character-based stuff with the Plinkett stuff. You know, they don't do anymore. But all their shows, all their stuff. You know, as long as some of the people that show up on Best or Worst aren't my favorite, but the three main guys like. The best in the business, dude.
ladies stands before him.
You once swore your banners to Rhaenyra. You
Oh, I love, hence bad movie night. Absolutely.
must now pledge them to the future king.
A handful of them kneel.
Who is one of the guys, Max, I don't really like or something. But the three main guys are fucking amazing. Jackie says Otto didn't tell Alicent about the coup because he wanted her to feel like it was her idea. Same reason he doesn't oppose her in the end. He just manipulates her. Excellent point, Jackie C. And I think to Otto, it's all just pieces. I'm not saying he's an expert chess player, but it is all a move for him. So this could all just be his end game, essentially from the time that he set it up where he's like, I think you can win this game, knowing that she has the push that when push comes to shove, she'll do everything he would do, just maybe slightly different. David. Who's Aegon's hand? It's gonna be Otto, right? He's gonna do the Tywin to Joffrey thing to a certain extent. I doubt it's gonna be Aemon. So I have Otto's not giving up his job. Otto's running this kingdom through Aegon, who's going to be a much easier puppet than any other king in history. He's going to be completely pacified by the applause, more applause, and all the hookers and blow he can get. To quote a Ween song, just hookers and blow. So I don't think he's going to be doing a lot of kinging. He's going to be as distracted as Bobby B, basically. But yeah, fuck Otto, dude. But because Otto's the one, he's not giving up his cold, dead hand coming off that. Like, this is the biggest fuck Otto scene as he just gets into the join or die shit.
I must confer first with my house on this matter.
No.
You'll not leave this room without declaring your intention.
A silver-haired man pauses as he heads for the door. Caldwell glances at him, then knits his brow together. The silver-haired man steps back toward Otto.
I am no oath breaker.
But you're a big dummy. Like, look, read the room.
I will not bend the knee.
He eyes Otto firmly. Otto steps down
What
from the
the living
dais and toward
piss?
the gathering.
Anyone else?
Those already kneeling bow their heads, while several others...
When somebody, okay, when you're in a situation like this, just this is like Ray. When someone asks you if you're God, you say no. Like when you're in a situation where someone is like the first one to be like, hey, and then somebody walks up to that dude and goes, oh, okay, are you sure? Yeah. Anybody else? Don't raise your hand. Don't agree with it. It's not going to end good for you. This isn't ending good for you. I think the lesson of the last two episodes, and I know oaths, you keep your oath break, blah, 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 don't be an oath breaker. But reading the room, reading the poker table here is the smartest thing you can do. If you're a Rhaenyra supporter in that situation, either fucking way in this moment right now, Rhaenyra is not going to go away without a fight. One of two things are going to happen. Either these dickbags are going to be successful in killing Daemon and Rhaenyra and ending this fucking thing real quick, which means you better be loyal to the other side or you're going to die, or fake it enough to give you time to leave. Not like the other dude later, the dudes whose perspective we watch that ends up trying to leave the same day. No. Stick around. Fake it for a couple of days here. Fake it for a little while until the coronation happens. Then go home to celebrate shit. And the minute you get out of there, send some damn ravens to Rhaenyra and let her know what's happening. And I know people will be like, but then you're an oathbreaker and Rhaenyra might seek revenge. Like, I get it, but this is never a smart move. When someone's like, anybody else? And in this kind of situation, maybe they're just accepting their death in this moment. They're like, yeah, we're sticking to our oaths, but we're going to die. I just feel like you got to read a room, and they didn't read the room properly.
Caldwell and an older woman.
Amy Collins says they should have played the game to get out of the room and get out of King's Landing and race to fucking Dragonstone. And I know this guy, he's on the screen right now for me. I wish I could show you guys. But the window capture doesn't work on HBO Go, smart bastards. Maybe if I have to look up the settings to see if maybe I can do that next week. But the bald dude, the Walter White looking guy, he was smart enough to do it, but he wasn't smart enough to kneel first immediately, knowing that if he's going to play this plan, you can't even for a second think twice. And you see in this scene that Quid Pro Quo is watching this whole scene too, and prides himself on the ability to Daniel Negreanu poker read people, poker call you, and tell you what you're holding. And he calls this guy out for being a bullshitter. So, first of all, Otto has two of these dudes pulled out.
Away by the arm. Caldwell's eyes widen and his brow wrinkles.
Bye, Caldwell.
He kneels among the others. He peers up at Otto.
Exactly. Cross your finger, bend a knee, pretend, and then go to Rhaenyra. I had to say that. Or Otto. They were killing people. They were hanging people. They were bringing people to the king's justice. Yada yada yada. I needed to agree with this in this moment. Rhaenyra, I'm sorry.
Long live the king.
LH says, it made the Greens look like a bunch of pussies, and it made zero sense. A good villain is supposed to present an overwhelming threat. We just don't get that after this episode.
Larys observes from the side of the throne room.
So Larys watches that dude. So then we fly out to another
the sun
scene.
Shines brightly over King's Landing.
As we see this dude running. And I know, just too quick, dude. Seriously, you should have waited a few minutes to get out, but no, he's running through, trying to get out. And then we get, previous scene. We get more of the twins, and some girl is following them. And then we also get Aemon and Crispy talking.
To Aegon's habits.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. We see the twins walking, but we hear a voiceover from Aemon and Crispy. I didn't love the filmmaking device of that. It was a little just uncomfortable for a moment for me because I'm stupid and I can't walk and chew gum at the same time. So it was confusing to me. It came off more like they ADR'd something wrong, even though the twins weren't talking, but we saw them walking while we heard the other two talking. Maybe this is sensible. Maybe I understand what they were trying to do because they're talking about the twins. And so we see them while they're talking about them. But for me, because I'm stupid and a stoner, I got a little confused. I was like, what's going on here? Oh, yeah. I didn't necessarily like the editing choice, I should say.
He could be in the hands of mercenaries on a ship to Yee. He could be dead. Let us hope for your mother's sake that is not the case.
Kristen and Aemon move down a cobblestone alley.
So then we catch up with Kristen and Aemon going down here. Can you just call him Crispy?
Eric pause. They move forward and turn a corner. A man inspects a blonde boy's sharpened teeth. Then another grabs him.
So here we go. I don't even know if I want to listen to Audio Man, our recap guy, talk about this scene, but here we go into this scene.
Let's have a look. Go on.
The boy gets pushed off of a low balcony into a sand-floored arena. He falls on his face. Several other young boys with grimy skin and long hair jump into the arena. Now standing, the blonde punches a boy that lunges at him. Eric and Eric enter the stands as the children brawl.
How old are they? About 10 years, I should say. They have them grow the nails and file the teeth. Makes them more formidable.
Okay, that's enough of this.
Aegon. One of many, I'd wager.
Eric walks away. Eric frowns deeply at Aegon's son.
So we don't even hesitate. They just call it Aegon's son. So then we come up to this guy, to the bald dude trying to escape King's Landing here 5 minutes after he swore fealty. And he really screws up here. He doesn't have an excuse. Listen, again, I'm not trying to, and I see that we do have some voicemails. We got a couple voicemails. We got a text message. I'll get to those before we end tonight. Keep calling on in. I will make sure I get to all of your voicemails. But this guy, if you're gonna try to escape a castle after you gave fake loyalty to a king, have an excuse why you want to leave. I want to go home and celebrate this with my family. I want to make an announcement. I want to do this. Like you tried to leave too soon, guy. I feel bad for you.
Caldwell passes a woman weaving a basket as he moves through a courtyard outside to a horse. He mounts it. Aemond and Kristen walk down a street lined with cobblestone buildings.
Here I am, trawling the city, ever the good soldier in search of a wastrel who's never taken half an interest in his birthright.
Kristen turns to him.
It is I, the younger brother, who studies history and philosophy. It is I who trains with the sword, who rides the largest dragon in the world. It is I who should...
Yeah, so fucking what? So fucking what? So fucking what? So fucking what? Like, shut your fucking bitch mouth. Fuck. Go fucking eat some shit. You got your fucking dragon, you ass. Fuck you in your fucking eye socket, dude. Like, fuck you, Aemon. Like, you're such a douche. As much, and I like him. I think this actor's having a great performance, and I'm liking to hate him already. But he's such an arrogant douche.
Aemond licks his lips and works his jaw. Kristen steps to him.
I know what it is to toil for what others have freely given.
I know what it's like to be a bitter asshole.
And we can't find him, Cole.
And this is where he's like, can we just pretend we didn't find him and I'll be king and I'll take care of you? That's basically what he says to him here.
We are decent men with no taste for depravity. His secrets are his own. He's welcome to them. I'm next in line to the throne.
He really is. And as much as I'm saying he looks older and yada yada, I saw the actor out of the makeup and out of the look. He doesn't really look that old. It's just the way they are dressing him with the blonde hair and some of the facial makeup that they put on makes him look older. But excellent performance by this actor. He's super captivating on screen. And he's dealing with a lot of really talented actors around him, and he's standing out. So I'm enjoying his performance.
Should they come looking for me, I intend to be found.
Yeah.
Caldwell watches two guards begin to open the courtyard.
And to find wisdom. We swore an oath of service until death.
Okay. So in this scene, well, I'm going to yada yada a little bit of this. We get Mysaria's person being like, listen, we know where Aegon is, but I don't talk to you guys. Go get the hand of the king. This is tell him the White Worm has Aegon and we want money and a sit down, essentially. So we see more of this friggin' child fighting ring. The twins talk more shit about the situation. Then one of the dudes says he supports the king. And then we get a little argument between the two brothers where it sets them apart. One is like, see what kind of person that this guy is? He is a horrible dude. He's not a good guy. You want to lay your sword down. You want to protect this turd monkey. But no. Exactly no. The White Worm, Lady Mysaria, is supposed to be an evil schemer, but they turned her into fighting for the kids out of rubbish. 75% from the book. Amen. If they follow the book exactly, what's the point of watching the show? Just reread. Sorry, I'm just catching up with the live chat. Keep your discussions going and having some fun. Ooh, okay. We got a special voicemail that I will play in a second here for some of you guys, or for us. But let's get through a little more of this scene too, and then I'll play this.
Caldwell moves forward.
Caldwell. Listen, Caldwell. You wait a day. And I know time, we don't know how much time. This might be 2 or 3 days later. This might be a week later. Who knows? Time is not as accurate. They make it seem like it's the same day because because the way they flash back with the guys looking for Aegon, and then they need to find him this particular day. They don't show a night and a day. So if we'll take the show for face value and say this is the same day that he's trying to get the hell out of here. Not a bright plan, dude. Take your time. Bide your time. If you're gonna lie in a bluff, don't scream, I'm Bluffy McGee, Bluffy. No. Be a good player. No. And then, again, as I said before, when you get caught with something, hey, everybody, welcome to Fill the Issues, guys. Lessons on lying. Yes, that's right, Otto Hightower. Hi, everybody, this is Fill the Issues Guy. I'm going to give you a tip on lying. When you're coming up with a scheme and you're trying to escape King's Landing, and you know that that you don't really believe in the king that you supported, can you come up with a lie and a reason to leave? So when you're asked where you're going, you don't just sit there and look like a guilty asshole. Just saying. This is lesson number 1 for lying. Sorry, that wasn't the most appropriate. Oh, sorry. That wasn't the most appropriate music for that PSA, but I didn't have time to look. And let's listen to a couple of voicemails. Now we've dealt with a lot of Aemon tonight. We saw Aemon, but one thing we didn't get to hear about, we got mention of it, but we didn't get to see Lady Vhagar's. But Lady Vhagar has, in fact, decided to call in tonight. So let's hear what Vhagar has to say.
Well, hello. This is Nanny Vhagar, and well, I'm a little bit cross with you, young man.
Oh my! Why?
Aemon is a wonderful, upstanding young dragon.
Listen, Nanny, I love you, and I'm gonna play the rest of your message. Nanny, I love you. Thank you for calling in. I know you're getting a little, you're getting a little old. Maybe you're not making the best judgment calls for people that you want riding you. Maybe it was dark. It was a little tough for you to see. You didn't quite connect with. Couldn't understand what kind of person this was. I don't know. I'm just saying. Like I know he's special to you. He's special to you now. But fair. I'll let you finish your point, Vhagar.
Again, I won't hear this disrespect. You better put some respect on his name's son, or Nanny Vhagar is gonna come.
No, Vhagar.
Best mind your manners.
No. Vhagar turned into like Teabag in Prison Break there for a second. Oh my goodness. Listen. I mean no disrespect. Now, let me talk about this scene again. Now, I'm sorry. Kristen in the smartest individual in the room, Aemon, helps lead Crispy along and completely does all the work himself. This man looks like a king. He talks like a king. I mean, really, he's a beautiful head of hair on him. He's got that beautiful shiny eye, and he's got a real great sense of right and wrong. He's a good person, that Aemon fucking guy. He's good, and you're your best self when you're with him, Nanny. You are. You complete each other. It's so beautiful. I'm so glad both of you guys are together. Please don't burn my house down. I'm flying tonight. I don't want you burning the plane down. Okay, area code 773.
Bill, it's me again. I wanted to know how much longer you're going to be up for. You said this was going to be a short night tonight, so I wanted to know, if you're going to wrap up soon, or is there still time for more brainstorming? Otherwise, Otto.
Fuck Otto. I'm still on till we finish the episode. At this point, it's 12:36. I need to leave my house in about to a little less than 2 hours. So I do have some time to finish the episode. So I meant to stop early, but this is me. This is me early. What are we? We're 2.5 hours in. I'll probably end in the next half an hour or so, give or take. We'll get there. We're getting there. There's not much more. We're at the tail end of this episode, and I hope Nanny Vhagar takes my apologies for the greatest guy around, Aemon. I'm going to Orlando. I'm going to Orlando for a couple of days to run around Hogwarts and celebrate Hagrid. So yeah, that's where I'll be. I'll be at Universal Studios for 3 days.
Two guards pull Caldwell from his horse.
He was fleeing from the gate.
Caldwell, you dummy. You dummy. He was fleeing from the gate.
A warning for the princess, I'd wager.
Otto stares at Caldwell.
What say you?
The Lord Confessor presumes.
Caldwell meets Larys's eye.
I have no love for the princess.
Where were you going then with such urgency?
I was going home. I have a sick daughter. I have a sick family member I need to take care of. I was going to buy a gift for the king to celebrate his coronation. I was going to, I have diarrhea and I really don't want to do it inside King's Landing. I think it would be disgusting. I keep thinking about that Sam scene at the Citadel. It's horrible. That hasn't happened yet. You don't really know it yet, but still, I'm sure someone's doing that right there. And you're from Old Town and you know what it's like. You know what like that dirty, disgusting stuff's like. It's probably smells through the whole Citadel and the whole area. I understand, but seriously, could come up with a lie, dude? I felt so bad for this guy. It's like you had your opportunity and you fucking lost it, dude. I feel so bad for you. It's slow motion torture here.
Caldwell stands motionless in front of two guards. Otto regards him.
Hot chill, and I'm only going for like 3 days to him. I'm just piling a bunch of stuff in the fucking backpack, and I'm gonna be hopefully 24 hours from now or 12 hours from now I'll be sitting in a lazy river or some stuff like that, eating a slice of pizza. That's my goal.
Let the king's justice take him.
Yeah, John Haymaker's like, Phil, don't lie. You're going to the Kumite. Let's see. Is it okay now?
Hello. Philip. I just realized I don't have your address. Could you text it to your Nana?
Nana. Why did I think that?
Okay, now see ya.
Why did I think Nanny Vhagar is like Santa Claus? Like she can check the list and know twice, and we'll find out where I am. Okay, I'm moving. I'm just gonna be on a plane. I'm not gonna tell you. I just told you the trajectory of my plane travel, but I didn't tell you where I was going from. So we're gonna leave it at that. We're gonna leave it at that, Nanny. I don't need. I love you, and I love your whole family. I love your whole dragon existence. Aemon's a good guy. He's smart. He's capable. He's very capable.
Guards haul Caldwell away. Larys
Kumite.
Said Otto.
I think unfortunately that name's gonna stick, Kid Kumite.
You did well.
Okay, I want to hear this scene.
You've spent many hours with the Queen of late.
Larys turns back to Otto.
People were asking earlier if Otto is basically condoning the dynamic between the two of them in this scene. I think he is to a certain extent. I don't think he's saying she's yours now, essentially, which is what somebody asked earlier.
There's no reason those hours cannot, in the end, benefit you.
I think this was just him playing Otto in this moment, but he's completely team random poor poor, very poor, low quality foot reference guy. I mean, I've made all the good foot jokes earlier in my pedantic I've made all the decent foot jokes have already been made. Quid pro toe, like all that stuff. So anything I'm going to say now is just going to be stupid. Speaking of already announced stupid, David said I gave up halfway through this message. I'll only play a few seconds of it then, David.
It would be my pleasure to reveal to you, Your Grace.
Oh no.
All the spies in your midst.
Oh no.
Please, go ahead and prop up thine feet.
Yeah, there you go. You're like, I just gave up. See, not even you making a joke, having a good time, wants to do that damn stupid accent. You know? I'm just saying. Someone on set should have, because the actress is pulling off the performance very well. That doesn't mean the voice works. I talked about Christian Bale earlier with the Batman voice. Like, someone on set, sometimes as an actor, you're not always aware of what is coming out, and you're dependent. That's why directors have jobs, and you can't just leave actors to their own devices to do their own shit all the time. It's good to have someone to go, you know, I like what you're doing. It's really good. I love the energy of your performance. What you're doing with your voice there, we got to work on that. We got to try something a little different. My only thought is that they're encouraging her to do that. And we'll get to it in a second.
Laris lightly.
Play the rest. It's so dumb. Let's go.
I'm happy to talk to you about the liars and your captors with your feet. Oh, I love feet because I have a bad foot. I tried doing a voice and then I said, fuck it. This episode had a lot of moments, dude, where it just kind of, I don't know, it didn't quite do it for me as much, but I'm giving it a lot of leniency because I'm hoping it's changing course from the source material in order to truncate the story or just to get to the good stuff, you know, because I know that there's always going to be like 1 or 2 episodes a season that just don't quite do it for people, but I will say this is my least favorite one so far, but let's see how it plays out. Hopefully we get away from this Tarantino episode.
Episode.
Onto some really good, juicy stuff.
Oh, come on. You're telling me Tarantino's foot fetish isn't juicy? Come on. I want to watch some Jackie Brown, watch her take off her shoes. Pam Grier take off her shoes. Anthony Manzano. #MOB. Phil, is it just me, or do you see that while some of the dudes in this House of Dragon are seriously sexually repressed with the weird crap they're doing? Or, I mean, there's some foot stuff. We've talked through it and we've talked around it. Let's get right into it. Let's hear what Recap Guy has to say about Foot Guy.
4 silent sisters tightly wrapped.
Okay, so no, our next scene is Viserys being wrapped to death. And let's get through this scene as we get the crown that's going to be put on Viserys, and we say goodbye to him. As much as I do want to I could spend another hour talking about Viserys' performance in this episode, laying down there on that slab. Oh my goodness. It was just, of all Patty's performances of the season, this one tonight is the one that they should submit for the award season. I mean, last week was, great, ultimate long-time performance. But this performance of laying down while someone wraps the face, it really was the most believable scene. I truly believed he was dead. Yeah. Anyways, so we continue on into this episode, and we're past this. Alicent is sad and tired and sad and crying, and we get a very well acted scene between Alicent and Rhaenys, and I just love the the expression on Rhaenys's face through this whole scene. And she calls out Alicent ultimately to be like all you're looking for. You're not thinking about yourself here. You're trying to put somebody else, like some dumbass kid of yours, in charge and putting Otto in charge ultimately. Like, why aren't you trying to help yourself out? And she says a very weird, haven't you ever thought about yourself for the Iron Throne? Which to me comes off as, it was said for the trailer. It was for the trailer for the entire season. They wanted to have a line where Rhaenys whispers that to Alicent, like, have you ever thought of it yourself on the Iron Throne? Because it fits really good into a trailer. It worked in context of the scene. I think the acting in the scene between the two actresses worked out great. We haven't seen these two work together in this way. I thought it was Rhaenys' best episode from beginning to end. Obviously, we get the big conclusion with her in a little bit, but I thought this all worked. And but I thought it was that part was a little funny to me.
Considerable courtesy of assuming there is a good reason for the outrage of my treatment here this morning. My sincerest regrets for the lack of ceremony.
Rhaenys searches her face.
The king.
Alicent nods softly. They regard each other.
And you're usurping the throne. It was my husband's dying wish. Believe it or no.
Sure it was.
No consequence. Aegon will be king.
Rhaenys smiles sharply at her.
I came here to...
So basically she's like, get on my side, we're going to kill your dragon. And is that okay?
Ask your support.
Shorty says, watching the show tonight was like watching a bootleg of The Matrix with Aegon believing he was the one.
Well, I must credit you for your boldness. House Velaryon has long allied itself with the Princess Rhaenyra, and what has it gained you? Your daughter
Dead. So they have a decent scene here, although there's a couple of funny moments, and at least they didn't leave the corpse laying around for a week like they did in the book. Rhaenys could have burned them all and put herself on the Iron Throne. I wouldn't have minded that at all.
Gone these 6 long years to fight a desperate battle, returning grievously, if not mortally wounded, leaving the Lady of Driftmark to chart her course alone. The word of my house is not fickle.
And I love that look. She gives her this look like, you're disgusting for even asking me. And the way she backs off right there. And Alicent begs and pleads.
You should have been queen.
Rhaenys' throat clenches.
I little thought to hear those words from you. The Iron Throne was yours by blood and by temperament. Viserys would have lived his days a country lord, content to hunt.
She thinks those words will get to her, but it definitely doesn't. And this scene just continues on all those ways, trying to get Rhaenys on her side, won't let her leave.
Thoughts?
And then she whispers her the line from the trailer, have you ever thought of yourself on the Iron Throne? And she leaves Rhaenys there to think about it. And Rhaenys is like, slick, but I'm not doing it. You could just see the look on her face. She knows she's not doing this.
Ring the bell when you have an answer.
Rhaenys stands woodenly while Alicent steps through the door.
I mean, she may have to, but...
Kristen nods to a series of long tables set up under a large cloth awning where people sit
So
and eat.
this is where we...
Saria and the curly-haired girl sit at one, across from Eric.
Okay, so the curly-haired girl didn't get a name either.
You yourself.
As,
White worm.
I feel like I want to download the Wear a Cloak song from one of Preston's videos. And Otto in his Traveler's Cloak. Wear a cloak, man. Wear a cloak, man. Great job, Preston. I have that stuck in my head. Wear a cloak. So Otto's out doing shady stuff, so he wears a cloak and he talks to Massaria, and great acting by the actor that plays Otto, and he's so serious with his performance and their interactions. And then just like people, I mean, I'm overdoing it, I'm having a little extra fun with it, but just listen to this.
Or are you simply a further peel in this stinking onion?
My condolences on the passing of your king.
Otto leans forward, face firm.
What?
Missaria regards him mildly. Otto turns to Eric and nods. Eric places a small sack onto the table.
Oh, he placed his sack on the table. So she bribes it. He bribes her. She says, I don't just want the money. I also want you to stop these children's fighting rings. And he looks to her impressed as he knows that she has people on the inside, which ultimately leads to what Larys tells Alicent later on in the episode. So we'll skip past this because I am running out of slight time, or I need a little time to get my shit together. So we get into...
They crawl halfway in, then drag Aegon out.
The brothers finding Aegon, who is immediately a little shit. I don't want to be king. I don't want to be king. And this is our big sort of climaxian for the chase here. The brothers
Where is the white worm?
talk to him, and one of them just basically decides, I'm done with this kid. This kid's not going to be my king, and fuck this, and walks off and leaves the other brother with him to lead him outside. So he heads outside, and waiting for them is...
Aemond and Criston wait on either side of one of the landings. Criston points his sword toward them.
I do regret this, friend.
Eric brushes his cloak away and places a hand on his sword. Aegon eyes Eric, then elbows him and flees.
Yeah, big elbow there, Aegon. Doesn't even move the dude.
Draws his sword and locks blades with Criston.
So then we get a big sword fight.
Attack and counter each other.
We get action, Jackson. Then Aemond tackles fucking Aegon.
Criston down another stairway before hurrying downstairs across from it. Criston gets up, grabs his sword, then lunges at Eric. He parries the attack, then counters. Eric watches his twin fight from the railing in front of the Seven's chamber. Aemond wrestles Aegon.
I love how he's giggling here. These two are they have such an interesting dynamic of a relationship because they're both detestable in different ways.
I was hoping you disappeared.
Is our father truly dead?
Yes. And they're going to make you king.
The look on his face right there, that's what makes me think he's thinking about killing him. He just gets this look. And then the way Aegon spits at him in that moment, like thinking, yeah, he would kill me if he had a chance.
Aegon spits on Aemond's face.
Are you going to help me?
Criston knocks Eric's blade from his hand. Aemond grabs his brother.
Let me go!
Where's your brother, huh?
But then Aemond grabs him.
No wish to rule! No taste for duty! I'm not
And-
suited! You get no argument from me. Let me go. I will find a ship and sail away, never to be found.
Aegon clutches.
And Aemond gets a look on his face like, I would totally do this. And he's almost about ready to do it or kill him and make him disappear.
Aemond's face.
But Crispy shows up
The queen awaits.
and fucks it all up. So here we go into...
Sitting beside his hearth, Otto seals a scroll with wax.
Oh, what the fuck? I know he was sealing a scroll, but did anyone else think Otto looked like he was rolling a joint? Is it just me because I'm a hippie? But we get in the next scene as we see Otto going like this. It looked like he was rolling a joint to me. But he's putting a scroll together.
He lifts it to his mouth and blows on it.
Total. Again, I'm looking at it right now. He looks like he's fucking getting ready to lick a joint. Blow a doobie.
He looks up as Alicent walks in.
Tickle fights are another Targaryen situation. So Alicent and Otto solve their problem right here, right now.
Well played.
None of this is...
If Aemond killed him, what would Criston do? Probably kill him. But then if he did, he'd actually be killing the king. I don't know. Maybe would he just get allegiance to him in that situation? I think he would kill him or take him into custody or something. But could he? Could he even beat Aemond in a fight? The last time we saw them spar, he got the best of Crispy.
The game.
And yet you treat it as one. A charming contest.
So, I mean, I talked about this scene before. Is Otto still getting what he wants in this situation? Either way, he's getting what he wants. He just gets it through a different means. Is this all part of a manipulation to get Alicent to do some of the dirty work for him? So it didn't matter. He was in a win-win environment. I guess when you're a manipulator on this level, anything is a win.
Prize a pouch of silver.
Otto steps close to Alicent.
Thank you. I'm glad I wasn't the only one, Jackie C. He was about to like lick that shit and lick it, light it, smoke it, be done with it. Okay, so Alicent wins out.
Floods in from the window.
We've relied on one another these many years, and now it is the good of the family that we both desire. Whatever our differences, our hearts remain as one.
Oh, our hearts were never one. I see that now.
I love how she ultimately here calls him out on all the shit he's done.
Rather, I've been a piece that you moved about the board.
If that is true, then I made you Queen of the Seven Kingdoms. Would you have desired it otherwise?
How could I know?
The amazing AK watch in the live chat. Lots of love to AK.
And now the debt comes due. A debt you are happy enough to pay.
A sacrifice. A sacrifice made for the stability of the realm. No king has ever lived that hasn't had to forfeit the lives of a few to protect the many. Though I understand your squeamishness.
Are you doing the... Whoa, fuck
is not a weakness.
Otto's eyes shift.
Are you doing the... He's doing the Star Trek thing. He's doing the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few crap. Fuck him.
We will send terms to Rhaenyra on Dragonstone.
Yeah, that's not going to work, Alicent.
If she lives, her allies will mass behind her banner.
I mean, Otto, it's like fuck Otto. It is, it's fun to say it, but he does have a point. I get why Alicent wants to do this on the level, because she thinks she's in the right, because she thinks what she heard was what she heard. Excuse me. But it isn't. But whatever. She doesn't know that. So she feels like she owes it to Rhaenyra to try to do this situation this way. I don't know if it's the smartest choice. I honestly don't. I think it's debatable.
Looking for her return.
Then she must not return. My husband would have desired this mercy be shown to his daughter.
Your husband? Or you, his daughter's childhood companion?
Both.
Alicent's
Fuck
jaw
you.
clenches. Her throat strains.
Kristen Cole will be named Lord Commander of the King's Guard.
Oh, he will he? I love the look Otto gets in his face, like, you're ordering me? This is cute. And this is where Otto becomes the creepiest he's ever been, and reaffirms how creepy it was when he tells her to dress in the mother's dress. Because right here in this moment, from this point to the end of this scene, I feel like maybe I'm just indoctrined. I've been indoctrined into the Targaryen incest situation. So I'm seeing incest everywhere. I see Otto being attracted to his daughter in this moment and like looking at her as a sexual, like, you remind me of your mother right now. And it's fucking creepy as fuck. He burned.
My son will be anointed tomorrow at dawn. The whole of King's Landing must witness his ascent. He will assume authority. There will be no more dithering.
Julia. Apparently, Alicent is the best manipulator in the series. Last episode, she convinced Rhaenyra they were friends again. This episode, she convinced Rhaenys not to burn them all.
My son will take the crown of his namesake, the Conqueror, and carry Blackfire, his sword.
No, it's it's Aegon the Masturbator, right?
People remember the ancient strength of House Targaryen.
Otto regards her.
Indoctorate?
You look so much like your mother in certain...
Ew, no. When you get that look on your face, you creepy fucking son of a bitch, and you're already like, that's so, the way he says it too. It's so gross. So gross. I'm projecting because of what kind of series we're watching here, but in a series where we're celebrating the most romantic relationship as auntie and uncle, niece and uncle, as like the healthy relationship. I'm not. Trust me, I'm not far off here. I think Otto is definitely looking at her in a, not that he would do anything, but just in a very creepy way here.
Alicent's eyes flutter.
Because she feels it and she's like, "Oh, that's fucking gross. You're fucking gross."
She strides away.
Ew. I mean, not as gross as having. It's gross.
As you wish.
And then he princess brides her at the end? As you wish? True love? True. He said to blave. He didn't say true love. He said to blave, which means he owes him money. Because we all know.
Alicent shuts the doors to her chamber.
Uh-oh. Here it comes. This is probably, you know, our finale for the evening here. But let's listen to the Sounds of Recap guy, because we got to see how he describes this.
Before walking through it to a small table. She lifts a decanter from it, then pours a drink.
Your Grace.
She turns to Laris, standing in front of her hearth.
The hour is late, Lord Laris.
Again, if we're breaking this apart like as a Pruder film, she gets a look on her face like this again. This isn't the first time.
I found out something you shouldn't.
Okay.
I wonder
Let's fast forward to where we want here.
how it is that your father, the Hand.
They focus on his cane for a second. When they first show that, I'm like, does that have some like brainwashing ability or something? But I think it was just a shot choice.
Found Aegon first.
He settles into his seat.
So he basically tells her that she has spies in her midst. And that's the information he needs to tell her.
Gives her a significant look.
Oh, he gives her a significant look. Very significant.
Alicent sits on the couch across from him. A small table stands between them. She hangs her head, then slides her shoes off. He looks down. She props her feet up on the table. He stares at them.
There is a web of spies at work in the Red Keep. Along its threads travels news of all our doing. Your father knows this, but has left.
Okay, so he's basically telling her information that's important, but, you know, it's no big. I mean, we've known this for a little bit. They've been hinting at it, so it's not information that's new to us. What's new to us is what he gets for it.
They trade firm looks. Alicent slides her stockings off.
Yeah, she
Laris
does.
watches her intently while she puts her feet up on the table again.
I know he's at.
Stares at her feet unblinkingly.
One of the little spiders is your lady in waiting.
Oh, yeah.
Talia.
There are more like her. Even I do not know their number.
He looks
And he's just talking to her like this. His eyes are down.
up from her feet, then leans forward.
There is one way to destroy his advantage. It must be taken out at the head. When the queen dies, the bees fly without purpose.
Forgive me my words and stuff like that. So I think he's talking about taking out the white worm.
Begging your pardon for the turn of phrase, Your Grace.
I assume this task falls within your expertise.
If you wish it.
Talk to the toes. My eyes are right here.
Alicent lightly shakes her head, then turns and
Because she knows what's about to happen now.
puts her bare feet up on the couch.
Oh, she
Laris
didn't.
eyes them fixedly.
You can kind of see her tattoo, but whatever.
Alicent turns away from him. Laris slips his hand into his pants and rocks his hand up and down. Alicent looks off toward the other side of the room. She softly shuts her eyes.
Okay, an interesting transition. Thank you so much, recap guy. As we get an interesting transition to Aegon eating and eating a meal.
In a firelit chamber, and Aemon reclines on a lounge chair across from a
And we get Aemon watching it, being pissed off, and this starts the coronation section of the episode. We get Rhaenys up, locked in her room, and the other brother comes and says, "I'm going to break you out of here. This is fucking bullshit. This can't stand. Someone needs to tell Rhaenyra." So they sneak out, and they're sneaking out through the streets as we see one of the people that try to escape. The dude that tried to escape being hung in the middle of the hall as him and Rhaenys go. We get a little voiceover where Rhaenys is talking about, we need to go get my dragon. And he's like, no, they'll think about that. They'll think you'll go there. That's the first place they'll think. If they notice you're missing, we got to get you to the river. But she gets caught up with the crowd and gets, as they're doing his coronation, Aegon's coronation, in the dragon pit. So she starts getting caught up with the common folk and get mixed in, and she gets separated from the night. So slowly but surely we guide our way to the ceremony, which is done in an interesting way. Aegon has this scene with his mother where she's trying to give him a last minute pep talk. She's telling him not to kill Rhaenyra and the kids, and also that his father really did love him or really did want him to be king. Last minute kind of stuff. My favorite part of this whole scene is Aegon turning to her and going, "Do you love me?" And she's just like, "You're a fucking imbecile."
You must not rule with cruelty and callousness. For all her faults, she is your sister, your father's daughter.
Do you love me?
Exactly. Rocks his hand. In what's funny to me in that scene, for recap guy, I'm sorry I just talked over it because recap guy disappointed me there a little bit, and I didn't want to, because he was so much more descriptive in Aegon's jerking off scene. I believe Aegon faces King's Landing and masturbates. Like, he said the word masturbate. Did they get some negative feedback and recap guy had to change it and say his hand rocks back and forth? He's not Dr. J. He's not doing the rocking the ball and putting it in the net. So this is a different kind of rocking back and forth. If I didn't know what was going on, if I couldn't visually see the scene, I wouldn't know he was masturbating there from that description. He could have just been fixing himself. I think I feel bad for my friends with seeing deficiencies.
Allison stares at him, wide-eyed.
You imbecile.
You imbecile. But she says it with a smile on her face, in fairness. I didn't notice that when I watched the scene before, but seeing it up close and personal right now. She calls him an imbecile, but with a smile on his face.
The carriage turns a corner.
So they start sending all the people in King's Landing to the dragon pits to see this announcement of the new king. Rhaenys is caught up in it, heading on down too. So all the people are coming in, and I love this scene too. This is very almost comical, where like they don't care. Where they're like, "Oh, Rhaenyra has not going to be the queen," and last minute change of heart by the king, and all the common people are just like, "Huh?" And Aegon hears the clapping, and that's all he needs. He's like, "Oh, they like me. They actually fucking like me. Oh, yay. Team me. Whoopee."
Our beloved king.
Yeah, King Imbecile the Wanker. That's my favorite one so far. So he's crowned king.
Then gingerly kisses his
He gets a crown for a king.
forehead. Rhaenys eyes them as Alicent leads Aegon back. The guards march away in tight formation.
Yeah. And this is a well put together scene. I think this was my favorite scene of the entire episode, even if half these people die from the dragon. From the dragon when Rhaenys pops out here. I just mean the coronation. I liked how it was filmed. not something we've seen too often. As Carmine mentioned in his review, we haven't really seen this like a coronation. We've seen people say, King of the North, or something, but I think Joffrey was just king. We didn't actually get to see the moment. So this is kind of an awesome moment to see on screen, and I liked it. And it was done well. And I think it works because of how much of a douche nozzle this dude is. The fact that he gets into it and starts like posing for the crowd, and right as he's like posing, Rhaenys breaks through. It's just such a comical moment for his ineptness.
Aegon looks from Otto to Kristen, standing woodenly to the side. Otto steps to Aegon and gives him a slight nod.
I don't think so. She blew up the sept of Baelor, and this is the dragon pits. I believe that's where this is, because Rhaenys gets her dragon out of it. So I think they chose to do this at the dragon pits in honor of the dragons, to show, as Alicent's plan was, to show the old power here.
Aegon.
This, where they're at right now, correct me if I'm wrong, people, and I know you will, is where the council, the Dragon Pit Council, when they brought a White Walker to show Cersei. I think that's where this is, but destroyed and broken down over years and years and years when there were no dragons. I think this is that place, but I could be wrong.
And rests a hand on the pommel of his sword at his waist. A younger Septon hands an older silver-haired Septon the bronze bowl.
Yeah, get that bowl, put it on his face, put it on his hand, stick it in his balls. No, but anyways, Rhaenys sneaks off.
May the crown lift
as we get all of this, and we get him as king.
Aegon looks to Alicent. She bows her head.
Grace.
And my favorite part of this, as I said, he completely is all right with it. You know, not even into it. It's screen, but he gets the cheers, and that psychs him up. Once he gets the cheers, he's like, wait, people like me? People actually like me? Otto smiles. He's like, my family's king. Oh, yes. I'm so good. Oh, I'm such a douche.
Then raises the sword repeatedly. The crowd pumps their arms into the air with him. Aegon's face firms as he holds his arms out to his side. A smile grows on his face. Sunlight pours from the enormous
Aegon II, the window wanker. As everyone is happy. It's a happy day.
The floor erupts with dust and stone fragments. An immense dragon climbs through the hole and into the sept, wreathed by the dust cloud. The thousands of men and women flee.
Actually, they said the sept. This might be Sept of Baelor. I'm not sure. I don't know geography of King's Landing well enough.
Kristen pulls Alicent back. Hundreds sprint through the sept. Others try to climb a metal.
Yeah, but we didn't see his hundreds dead bodies of crushed people.
The dust begins to clear, revealing Rhaenys sitting atop the dragon in armor. Standing in front of Helena, Aemon.
So she had time to put on the armor too?
Aegon's face draws tight.
And why isn't Aemon like running to go get Nanny at this point?
Doors closed as the people try and shove their way through.
Open the doors!
Rhaenys turns toward the closing doors. Gold cloaks push.
Okay, so I was right. This is where they had the... Okay, I was right. Thank you, Julia. Otto's like, open the door. Let this fucking dragon out of here. It's like when I had a bird in my house once, and I'm like, open the window. Get this fucking thing out. Or a bat.
Rhaenys urges the dragon close to the dais. Otto steps back while Aemon's face hardens.
She armored up with everything but the most important thing, LCH, Jeremy, a helmet. Like, can't someone with just a bow and arrow just shoot her in the head right now? No, I'm kidding. Oh, Alicent bows her head like she's accepting death in this moment, and the dragon screams in her face, and Lord have mercy. How bad is that dragon breath? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I love my dog. I love my dog with all my heart. Not here tonight, but I'm sending love to Lotus. Boy, that dog has some horrible breath. I let that dog kiss me in the face, but jeez, fucking Christ. And I even brush the teeth, like give it the doggy breath mint bones, but stank ass breath. I can only imagine what a dragon's breath is going to be like. At that point, you can just burn me because you're never getting that smell out. That smell is going to be with you for the rest of your life. And maybe it might be better than the smell of poop and pee everywhere at this time period because of considering the situation with the bathrooms. So maybe it might be an improvement, but you got to figure that's going to be one disgusting, disgusting smell.
The dragon's breath blows over them.
She did. She wanted to say Dracarys. She's like, not today.
Alicent looks up.
The look.
Tears well in her eyes.
The smile as she just heads out.
Then flies through the sepsis.
And they do a little fast forward with the CG here to show the dragon getting out of the
climbs into the sky over King's Landing, then soars away.
And that's the end of our episode. So before I end things, let's watch our preview for next week. The green stink of dragon. And yeah, that dragon breath is gonna be stank. Here we go. This is obviously not a full breakdown. So many people do much better breakdowns. This isn't even a reaction. This is just me watching the trailer and seeing and repeating what I see.
The greens are
I guess my
coming for you, Rhaenyra.
So Rhaenys goes right to Dragonstone and tells them what's going on.
And for your children.
Daemon is there too. We get to Daemon, just a fun sort of action moment scene with Daemon just grabbing his sword. Time for business.
You cannot bend the knee to the High Towers. They stole your birthright.
Do you think she's even thinking about it? Does Rhaenyra at one point in time say, should I just bend the knee? No. She's not that stupid. So Daemon is just bitching and moaning at this point. We also, through this, get undercut with a shot of Aemon taking off the patch.
Man standing around the painted table urges it.
We see a really cool visual map, and we see all of Dragonstone, and we see all of Team Black looking over plans. I think that was Team Black, unless it was a green shot.
To plunge the realm into war.
Lay siege to the Red Keep.
No, we get everyone setting the team and setting the plan. Now we get the Muppet babies here, the brothers. I know they're supposed to be adults now, but Jace and Luke to me still look like kids, where Aegon and Aemon look like full-grown adults. And I know generally speaking they're supposed to be younger, I think, but they still look like, I know they aged up the actors, but Luke and Jace still look very small to me. Very much like kids. Maybe it's just because I'm getting older, so people in their early 20s look like 12-year-olds to me, but these two kids look wicked young. The girls don't, but the actor that plays Jace and Luke look high school young to me. Look like sophomores in high school.
Send us.
I swear.
Daemon singing to Cannibal. It did seem like that, and I was just, my mind goes to Cannibal the musical. It's a spadoinkle day. Let's keep this party going. A few more minutes, my friend. We get a little more Eric conflict. We see somebody on Dragonback. It looks like maybe Luke or Jace or both of them.
Your cause owns a power that has not been seen since the days of old Valyria.
Dragon talk, dragon foreplay, dragon porn, dragon eyes. Here we go, right here. Daemon singing right there, singing to Cannibal. Great shit. Lighting a fire. Excellent acting without even trying right there by Matt Smith. Lots of fire. Daemon and a couple soldiers, 2 men raising their swords against a big group of people, one of them looking like Otto. This looks like a replay of the last time they were in this situation, or almost looks like a flashback of the actual scene we saw last time they were in this situation, because it does look like it's Otto in the front, but maybe it's not. Then we see a dragon chomp. And we hear some dragon screaming, which sounds like Vhagar to me. And that is the end of our episode. We're not going to listen to them breaking down the episode. We've done enough of that tonight. So what do we learn tonight? We learned that Aemon is like the greatest guy ever. We love him, right, Nanny Vhagar? We also learned that Masaria's accent is not getting any better. It's not something that started off bad and someone's given her notes and she's going to get better at it. We got to hope that something happens between the seasons to fix that. So, but the Hightowers did their shit tonight. And truth be told, tonight's episode, I might never play this song again, because it's so dependent on tonight's episode is the truest example of it's the truest example of that tonight, really. It's a fuck Otto kind of episode. So, and Alicent outplaying him, but did she? She ultimately got what she wanted, and he got what he wanted, just not the way exactly he wanted. So it's still a manipulation. And sometimes you let people think that they win, and that's part of the game. So excellent job by Otto tonight, kicking field goals left and right. As I screwed up, I think I said on the stream I did with Carmine that Paddy Constantine was in the movie The Replacements, but it's Otto kicking as the field goal kicker. If you haven't seen The Replacements, you want to see Otto in a very different kind of role. Also a scummy guy, but different kind of scumbag. Good scumbag, though, with Keanu Reeves and Jon Favreau and other actors you would know. Check out The Replacements. Gene Hackman is also in as one of Gene Hackman's final roles in the handful of them. So yeah, the new fucking king. Shit's about to hit the fan. The accent is terrible. It's terrible. She's not in it enough right now. I don't know if she becomes a possible bigger character later. I do hope they fix that and iron that out. That being said, I will be back next week to talk about the season finale of House of the Dragon. I'll be on with Tony at 6:30. And then I will be on doing my live stream next week. And then I won't be able to do it tonight because I'm leaving soon. I'm going to need to pack. And then I will be joining Preston and Carmine afterwards as well. I will not be jumping over there tonight if they're even still live. I'm not sure. But I will be joining them next week. I'll be in all 3 places. So I hope you check me out in all 3 of those places. Make sure you subscribe to Red Team and Preston Jacobs, and also Bridge 4 and Teflon TV, all of my bestest friends. Make sure you follow all those guys making some amazing stuff. So, and studio, hey Phil, just got back from the studio. Glad I caught you before you wrapped up the stream. Have a good trip. Have safe next show. I will maybe do a live stream like on the channel from Universal if it seems fun. You know, I'm going to like a haunted house night on one of the evenings, and maybe I'll do a live stream or something like that, like a phone live stream. It's been years since I did one of those. I used to do those when I went on vacation before. My drunk Puerto Rico or Dominican Republic trip was pretty ridiculous as I was walking around the resort drinking and smoking. But if not, I'll be back next week. And we just got a new subscriber. Thank you so much. Welcome to the fucking family. Cat in the Hat with a bat. Thank you, Phil the Issues Guy. I love you. Oh, lots of love to Gray Area and her whole crew. I love all of the friends over there on Direwolf City. All 4 of them, some of the best folks in the world, and lots of love and thanks to LML. Lady Vhagar for calling on in tonight. Thank you to everybody and sending some people my way this evening as well. Very much appreciated it. And one more time this season, and then we're done, everyone. Thank you for making this show even better, getting to come out here and talk to you guys. And make sure you join us October 30th if you've been waiting for it, the return of Joe Dirty Locks. Have a good night, everybody. Make mention of the wasted corpses. Gonna have a low light in your way. Everybody is a goddamn phony. Yeah, I'll be back on Thursday. It's a very short trip. Money's tight, and I had a credit I needed to spend before January, so here we go. Analysis paralysis. I can't scream like that at 2 in the morning. Yeah, make sure you check out tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m., Direwolf City. Gray and all of them's after show. Keep the discussions going. Also check out LCH Jeremy 33 in the live chat. Making some great Song of Ice and Fire content. I'm like the Santa Claus. I've said this before. I like to be like the Santa Claus from Miracle on 34th Street. That was a scratch, not a pick. Scratch, not a pick. See? Up here. What is it about that visually that I just really hate seeing? When I see someone do something like this, I either think cocaine or they're picking their nose. It can never just be like an itchy nose, which is a very itchy area. Or scratchy. Whatever. Thank you, Amy Collins. Thank you, Monty Monk. Thank you, The Gravel Walker. Thank you, Sonic. Thank you to all of our channel members that became members tonight and our big-time supporters that are helping me continue to be able to do this and be this silly asshole out here. Lola, Julia, LCH, Carla, Wayne. I'm in my 30s and I always get carded too. I occasionally get carded, even though I'm like almost in my 50s. And when I'm clean shaven like this, I'll get carded for booze sometimes. I always thank the person. I'm like, thank you. Yeah, Carla, I can see that. You look in your early 20s. Pick your nose pride. Have a good night, Amy. Iron Throne. We saw Fandom the Saint earlier in here. Tony Teflon. The amazing Studio 11, Uncle D. Thank you, buddy. Have a good night, all. See you on the other side.